Tell you, this is what I think of YouTube right now. Just fuck YouTube. Fuck them and everything about them. I'm gonna delete my account right now. I'm dumping YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Oh,
yes. Type my...
What do you have to type?
Type my channel name, bro. Fine.
Oh, you have to put in... Oh, my God. You have to copy all... Yeah, you have to copy...
I'll copy that, because
Okay,
that would
bro.
be hard to do, man.
No, it's not hard. It was right there.
I can't do this one-handed.
Oh, my God, Shanny.
No.
You did it.
Oh.
That's skills, actually.
Oh, yes.
Do it.
Yes. You ready, guys?
We're ready.
You ready?
Do it.
Bye, guys.
Yes!
Bye, YouTube.
It's gone.
Bye, YouTube.
YouTube
Fuck
sucks.
you. You don't protect your users and your content creators. I'm out. Peace out. Fuck off. And all my haters, you fuck off too. I'm going to Twitch.
Goddamn right.
Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
You're going to jail. I will never leave YouTube.
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my channel again. You will be banned.
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Folks, let me change this, folks. It's time to get intimate and interactive. How are you feeling out there? How you? Listen, this is your one-stop shop for all your election news and updates. I'm just joking. We're taking a break. Personally, I am a news junkie. I'm a political guy. I love all that stuff, but I purposely keep it out of here so we can all have a little break from that kind of stuff. But man, let me tell you, talk about a nail biter. I mean, not really at this point. I think it's just a matter of math. But we're not getting into that. Though that doesn't keep the likes of VONHELTON quiet on a day like this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He's been stumping for Trump. And I think we can all agree, on no matter what side of the fence you're on, that VONHELTON is, in fact, an idiot. So, I mean, this is a man who claims to, have his finger on the pulse of the nation politically, but doesn't even realize that his own governor is a Democrat. I'm throwing that out there. But anyways, folks, yes, there's enough tension out there. Let's just see how that all plays out. But let's take a little break. I want to thank everybody for coming out last week. It looks like my mic is reading really hot. I'm not sure if it is or not. We'll just write it out. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming out last week for our Halloween special. It went on like 4 hours, and I had extra stuff that we didn't even get to. I did tease out a VONHELTON classic last week. I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to do you that. I'm not going to do you like that. As the Beatles sung, I am not a day tripper. I'm not going to take you halfway there. We're going to definitely check that out as well. But yeah, I guess Vaughn was on today. Now, I haven't been able to keep up with all the action that's been going on everywhere, but and we got some stuff to cover. Tonight will be a shorter show than last week, of course. But we got the goods. Listen, at this point, do you still doubt me? Do you still doubt me? Folks, if you're new, please subscribe. Links below to the Discord, the MeWe group, Trolls, Haters, Naysayers, all that good stuff. I'll probably say that a few more times, so I digress. I do apologize. But how you guys feeling? I'm going to check out the chat here. I feel like I'm talking to myself. How you all feeling out there? We see everybody. Yes, we will be looking at some emo drama. Listen, folks, it's like it's been called by the unnamed gods. It's like every week a theme seems to come together. And tonight it's about Doxers, and the docs that Doxers drop. We seem to have a theme. Emo and LADYBOI continue their vendetta against each other. Now, LADYBOI is rather dry and boring, so I'm not going to play what she said, but she has spilled the beans. She has spilled the tea, folks. and enlightened us to exactly and verified what's been going on behind the scenes with her and Emo. You can watch that on her channel. But if you were around last week, we had some pretty insane rage by Emo last week. But this week he actually topped it. He actually, I mean, he hit the desk so hard that the microphone went out. But what impressed me is that he yelled so hard that the fucking microphone came back on. Folks, we're going to get to that, and we're going to give it a little bit of context. I'm going to do my best to bring that to you. Of course, we got Corky. He made a video to yours truly, apparently, where he's got some secret email with some sensitive information about secular opinion, all his docs. But by his good graces, he's not going to drop it. Jeez, I appreciate that. But we're going to take a look at that real quick. We're going to check in with a couple other cows, see what's going on in the pasture. But yeah, apparently Von Helton is not too happy about what's been going on in the election, as he's been making videos stumping for Trump. And I'm not going to play those because they're boring and I didn't want to get political. I mean, there's one on BitChute we might check out. I haven't watched it yet. But apparently he was on a Veckel stream. Now, someone had said he was on a stream and he was so upset he was throwing stuff off his desk. I can't confirm or deny that. I didn't see it, but I know he was on a Veckel stream and he was quite upset. And that got taken down. I don't think anything to do with Vaughn necessarily. I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to speak. I heard something about copyright. I don't know what went on there. And of course, he showed up on Will Kincaid's stream. Now, I can only handle that for about 4 or 5 minutes. And in that 4 or 5 minutes, Von Helton said stuff that was just blatantly untrue. I mean, of course, he's going for this, the liberals are fucking sneaking in ballots at 4 a.m. and that kind of bullshit. But, I mean, he was saying stuff that whatever you believe, if you believe that conspiracy and there should be, like, an investigation, that's fine. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying he did say things that were just demonstrably untrue about what's going on. But I would rack that up to his ignorance and just overall asinine way of thinking, I guess is the best way I can put it discreetly. But folks, thank you once again for joining us. All this chitter chatter has made me a little dry. You'll also notice that we have changed the Rev Chicken Run Fund. Now don't stress. We're still going to work on getting Rev out there. Just a second. Let me explain. I got to get a drink here. Can't work under these conditions, people. That's some fucking good stuff right there, folks. Right there. Yeah, so backing up a little bit, I can't even remember what the hell I was just talking about. I guess Shani put out a video. She nuked her account. Like, actually legit deleted it. Not like Emo, who's been threatening to close his account, but it looks like that he at least privated a bunch of videos. Now, there was one rage he did that I didn't get, but I got enough to satisfy you guys, trust me. I got the raw footage of him doxing Lady Di's phone number. Now, we're going to skip through it. I know someone's put up an edited version of it. This is the raw, unfiltered video in all its glory. We're going to check that out a little bit. Of course, I'm going to skip over the actual phone number part. But this is where it shows you how stupid Emo really is, because after what he's went through and had to change his numbers this summer, I don't know why, but I'm just saying, he goes out and doxes people's numbers that has his new number. So it's inevitable that phone number is going to be coming out. And folks, all I'm saying, I'm just putting it out there. I want that fucking phone number. Yes, and I'll get back to what I was talking about. The Run Rev Run fund is still in effect. Look, I don't know if it's Nick Bravo. I don't know if it's Rev. I don't know what the hell. Someone's getting a hooker. And with Von Helton and all this talk about his quote-unquote Asian girlfriend, which is really weird, because you'd think if you had an Asian girlfriend, you'd just call her your girlfriend. But anyways, this diplomat, Asian 20-something-year-old that's looking to quit her career and move over to the trailer, we all know is a bunch of bullshit. Now, it's just what flavor of bullshit is it? What flavor of bullshit is it? Is it that he's just completely made it his complete fantasy? This is one of the Skyrim sex slaves or something? We don't know. Or is it just someone catfishing? I'm starting to lean a little more to the catfishing. I think someone's playing with him, and he's actually that fucking gullible. We've seen it before. It's the same. It's Team Firecrotch 2.0 with a Vietnamese slant. And I didn't mean that racist, you fuckers. So don't jump. I just meant, okay, I'm just saying the point. But I'm just saying there is a possibility out there that we may have a video. What would you pay, folks, to see Von Helton pick up his Vietnamese girlfriend to find out that he's been catfished and it's actually a Taiwanese ladyboy? What do you think his reaction is? I don't think there's ever going to be a pickup, personally. I don't think that it's going to be a pickup at the airport. So in that fail-safe, what I'm proposing is we just get him, yes, a Taiwanese ladyboy. One way or another, we're going to get him his ladyboy. Folks, the link is below if you want to contribute to that fund. I've transferred the $35. Someone's getting a hooker. Don't you worry about it. We're going to see it through. And the link is below if you'd like to do that. Or if you just want to talk shit and tell me I'm an asshole, you can do that too. I'm totally happy. But anyways, that link is below. If you've already contributed, thank you. No need to do it again. I have extended it out because of the peril times that we live in. I've extended it out to like 592 days to hit our goal. Folks, 592 days. But I'm babbling. Let's get into this. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's start off with a classic, one of my favorites. It's time to break on through, folks. Thank you for joining me on yet another ride through the Weirdo Wonderland.
Destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there, but can't recall the time we cried. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Loves my baby. Everybody loves my baby. She gets, oh. I found an island in your arms, a country in your eyes. Arms a chain, eyes a light. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through. Oh yeah. Made the scene week to week, day to day, hour to hour. The gate is straight, deep and wide. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through to the other side. Oh yeah, yeah. Say bye-bye, Boo Bear. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. I am Emo Hollowolf, and I just got done watching a really cool, a really interesting live stream. But
so I just wanted to butt in here. I backed it up. You know I'm going to ease you into this, especially if you're new, folks. I have to be responsible when I'm dishing out the lulls here. So this one, he gets hot. the language gets a little, risque, a little blue, a little adult. All right, but I'm sensitive to those out there that may have young ones still up, whatever time zone you're in. So we're going to ease into it. We're easing into it like an old man easing into a hot tub, folks. So I just thought I would start with this opinion video, just to give the whole thing a little bit of context. So we had made this a couple days ago. I'm actually going to speed old emo up a little bit. Just give me a sec. Bear with me, folks. It is a one-man show. My goodness. Speed. We have the technology. Let's see how that is.
Depender.
It might be a little... I don't know. We'll just play it by ear, folks. But I just wanted to give you a little context. And there's a couple lulzy spots in here we'll hit. I probably won't watch the whole thing, but we'll move right along. We'll move right along. Please thumbs up the video. People, please thumbs up the video.
I like Steve Pender. I have respect for Steve Pender. He's a good guy. I have no issues with him. It was from Wednesday, I believe. Streamed on October 27th. And it was entitled, My Opinion on this YouTube Community. And there was a few shots fired, that I noticed. And it was a great panel. I just wish he could have stayed on longer. It must have been during his lunch break or something, so he wasn't able to stay on longer. So, see, I hate these fucking cigars. They never stay lit. This is why people say, why are you always lighting a cigar, Because it's like a true cigar. They never stay fucking lit. These fires stay fucking cigarettes. But I digress. That's a rant for another time. But I just got done watching Steve Pender's video. His opinion, or it was entitled, My Opinion on the Auditing Community. So now that I just sat, and it only took me a half hour to watch it because I watched it at double the speed, which works great if a video turns out to be long. And this one may turn out to be a long video as well. And I know people are pressed for time. I'll talk about how I got into this community. I'll talk about some of the drama that's going on in this community. I'll talk about some of the trolling that's happened to me in this community. We'll cover it all in this video. Because now it's my turn, Steve. Sure is. Alright. So, let's get started. Let's get started into the how, why, and when I joined the so-called community. As we all know,
it started with girls and makeup videos. No, I'm just joking. Again, folks, if you're just joining, we are just playing a little bit of this for context of what is the tsunami of rage that is about to come. Reason you into it. It's going to pick up. We're going to get through this together. Hello, Night Sparrow. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us.
There is a news magazine called the Free Thought Project. I get tons and tons of email by the Free Thought Project. Hundreds of email. I can show you hundreds of email that I got. And they always put in there stories about police corruption, story about police shootings, stories about police crossing the line, and all that shit, right? We all know what the Free Thought Project is. And I happened to be watching a video about how these cops shot somebody, and they got off. Like they always do 90% of the time. The cops get off. Okay, we all know that the cops get off 90% of the time. And because it was a YouTube video, okay, and we all know that on the right-hand side of YouTube, they always put recommended, and then there's a list of videos down the side. So I watched this video about this officer-involved shooting. Can't remember which case it was about. And it was pretty graphic, and it upset me a little bit, and I was already watching, the Free Thought Project for a little while. Guess whose video showed up in the recommended section? Eric Brandt's. And it was his videos on the Tim Henley murder. Remember when Eric uploaded a few videos, body cam footage?
Now, for those of you out there that don't follow the whole First Amendment community, fucking free man on the land, idiot, I'm not driving, I'm traveling thing. This Eric Brandt is an idiot that runs Liberty Free TV, or I don't know. It's a bunch of them. Surprise, they live in Colorado. I don't know what the fuck is in the drinking water there, but I digress. And basically what they do is they make YouTube videos for people that hate authority, which is fine, whatever, I don't care. But they do things like, really important activism, like going into a post office and screaming at the clerk until she cries and putting it on YouTube as a victory, or going to a Parks and Rec building and yelling and fighting with summer students to make it look like they don't know, about rulings in the Supreme Court in the 1980s that allows them to protest 15 feet from the fucking curb. That's what they do, right? And then they're fucking junkies that fucking consume their drug basically eat it up, and they feel like they've all accomplished something. That's basically what these people do. They're fucking fat, lazy, unshaven divorcees. I mean, there's no doubt that emo looks up to them. He's part of the way there. But even within this community, emo is shunned. He's basically looked at as a joke. But we'll get to that.
Of Tim Henley's murder, the AKA video that actually eventually got taken down by YouTube, where Regan Benson was also involved in that fiasco a little bit. Yeah, that video by Eric Brandt. So then I started following Eric Brandt. And then he was talking about Liberty Freak, and then he's talking about 303 Cop Rock, and then he's talking about Monk Guy 83, pretty much the whole Denver crew. And you know how back then we had the go-to channel button that helped people subscribe to each other, that was able to tell whether people were being impersonated or not. And by using the go-to channel, when Eric kept saying, oh, subscribe to this one, subscribe to that one, before you know it, we're up to present day where I'm almost subscribed to about 800 and something auditors. I almost said 900, but I wouldn't say it's quite that much. Almost 800, damn near 800 people I subscribe to in the auditing community. What got me noticed on YouTube, one of the things that got me noticed on YouTube, was when I made the first rant, okay, about people taking their live streams down, because this was the issue with YouTube. It has always been an issue with YouTube. Back when I first joined the community and I started watching all of you people, all of you First Amendment auditors, YouTube had a habit of sending me the notifications 25 to 30 minutes into the live stream. So what a lot of you guys were doing at that time is, you were going live, and then at the minute your stream ended, you were making them private. And what pissed me off is because if I got the notification 30 minutes late and I went to watch one of your videos, it was either I watched the 35 minutes at the beginning and I got fucked on the end, or I would watch the video from wherever I joined in and watch it to the ending. But either way, one side of the video or the other, I was losing 30 minutes of the video. So that's what pissed me off. That's what made me rage. That's what made me get angry, and that's what made me tell everybody off, because all you people were deleting your live stream so quick. Because of that 30-minute delay on the notification system. That's why the video was made. So a lot of your videos, I either lost 30 minutes at the end or 30 minutes at the beginning. Okay? Now, I support a lot of auditors, but I don't think a lot of auditors, I don't want to say auditors. First Amendment community people. First Amendment activists. I support a lot of them, but I don't think they support me in return. Because I never see them commenting on my videos. I watch thousands and thousands of hours of you guys' videos, but I never see you on my live panels. I never see you in my hangouts. I've watched thousands of hours of Chuck Bronson. He's never been on my panel once. Watched thousands and thousands of hours of Furry Potato.
Now listen, I'm not out to defend any of these people, because I think they're all fucking idiots. But I mean, first of all, they don't owe you any obligation. Just because you subscribe to them doesn't mean instantly you guys are best buddies and they're going to make your, quote, panel more interesting. Secondly, maybe it's to do with the fact that you don't actually offer any content other than being a rage cow. And even you realize this, as I showcased last week, because among the many scams that you have going right now, one of your schemes was to charge people for rant videos. In fact, you have a rant channel dedicated to your rants now. Which I can't really hold it against him, because at least he's embracing his fail. And this is what I'm talking about. I was going to start a series years ago called If VONHELTON Was Smart. And I'd give him tips, because if VONHELTON was smart, he could have embraced his fail so long ago and actually turned it to win, but that's a topic for another day. I just wanted to break in there, and I have to chop the video up and talk a little bit so Schemo doesn't fucking run rampant flagging. Apparently he's back on the fucking flag trail. He hit Grampy Lobster, as I understand. I'm not up to date with that whole thing, but that's the last that I had seen. So he's out there lurking, folks. He's out there lurking.
He's never been on my panel once. Watched thousands and thousands of hours of the Denver crew, and they hardly come to my panel. So yeah, I do, I put out a lot of respect to other people in the community, but I don't think the community respects me. And the number one reason why I don't think the community respects me in return, okay, and I'll get into the trolling part in a minute. And I'm just going to say this, and then part of it's the trolling. But the reason why is because you guys don't see me in the field. You don't see me auditing. You don't see me cop watching. All you see me as a viewer, okay? Yes, I do support you guys. Whether you guys like it or not, whether you guys believe it or not, I support a lot of First Amendment auditors. I've even offered to help people mirror videos, but nobody ever asked me to mirror videos. You got Safety Man that is overwhelmed to the gills mirroring hundreds of videos, but nobody ever asked me to, okay? So, I'm just saying, I would have did that for you. So, the reason why you guys don't see any cop watching videos on this channel, the reason why you don't see me auditing all the time, the reason why you don't see me working the field, like News Now Patrick always being out there, like Amagansett Press always working out in the field, like the Denver Crew always working in the field, because the number one problem I've had ever since I joined the community is I have no fucking transportation. Where I live in a fucking shithole. Literally, figuratively shithole. Okay? We got such a small town hall in this town and such a small police department, it ain't even worth wasting my time doing an audit here. So to do auditing, you got to go to, like, cities, multiple cities in Maine. Most of those cities are, like, 2 hours away, okay? Because if you look, so, you know, you had 918 call me a cop watcher, right? I mean, a couch watcher, right? You had 918 call me a couch watcher because I wasn't out in the field doing anything. Well, I don't live in a city like 918 where he has all kinds of taxis, all kinds of buses, all kinds of shit around. We don't have merchandise stores here. We don't have big box stores. We don't have hundreds of fast food restaurants here. We're just a little tiny shithole in the wall in the western side of Maine. Okay, there's nothing to do here. And if you want action, you got to go to cities which are an hour to 3 hours away. How can I go out auditing to cities that are 2 to 3 hours away when I don't have a fucking car? Just saying. Then on top of that, then you got the people like Gary, who constantly made up lies, because I always said, and I'll say it again, I always said that Texas pool, if it's a gift, it's a gift. If it's a loan, it's a loan. Gary edited a piece of video. Everybody's believing Gary's video over mine. And so, you know, Gary's lied on me. He's brought a lot of negativity down on me. So have the other haters and trolls. Okay? So have the other haters and trolls.
So this is what I was mentioning before. If for anyone who's actually interested at all, Lady Di has been spilling the tea on exactly what's been going on in their little relationship. And yes, we can confirm that she has lent him in excess of $1,600, which apparently she says she put on her credit card because she ain't got $1,600. And now she's claiming she's been living on boxes of saltine crackers while he's ordering pizza. See, what happened was he borrowed the $1,600 like we predicted last week. We did the math, folks. We did the math last week. We analyzed the fridge scandal. Or he bought the fridge. He claims he found a used one at $800. Now, do you think that he gave her the $800 back? No. He says he put it on other stuff and then was on camera eating pizzas, specialty Big Mac pizzas and all this bullshit. Excuse me, pardon me, folks. While apparently she was living on boxes of saltine crackers. I don't know. They're both victims. I just think the whole thing's hilarious. I don't feel bad for her at all. Right? I'm sure she's, can shoplift some fucking cat food or something like the other fucking people her age in the area do. But I'm just saying, I don't feel bad for her at all. I just think the whole thing is just hilarious, actually. I am a bad person, I admit it. Maybe if that makes me a bad person, I don't know. But basically, he scammed her and he owes her a bunch of money. And Gary Snowflake was right on the money with it because she confirmed everything. So, sorry, Schemo.
Okay, getting up to where we are. So yeah, a couple of my rants got the attention of the haters and trolls. And heavy trolling started in December of 2019. But it actually joined the community in February or March of 2018. So between February and March and December 3rd, I didn't have to deal with pieces of shit like Gary. Gary didn't come into the equation until December. Okay? And Gary is a piece of shit. I will always say this is Gary's a piece of shit. So not having a car and not being able to do any action in the community makes me look like a fake auditor. And that's why I don't have the respect of the community. Oh yeah, they see me do a couple of protests when I went to Texas. They see me do a couple nights of protests.
So basically, he's bitching, right? Because he subs all these people that he, quote, looks up to, apparently, But he thinks that, you know, again, I talked about this before. These people, another thing that they all share in common is they think there's this divine justice, right? That it's like turnabout is fair play and unwritten laws and all this stuff. And he actually feels that these people, because he's subscribed to them, should be subscribed and deeply interested in the content that he doesn't provide. Because all he really provides is a StreamYard where he hopes other people come in and make it interesting for him. Why? Because, you know, he doesn't have a vehicle and he can't offer any content. So we should take that in consideration and actually be interested anyways in his nothing burger content. But he shits his pants.
Protesting in Denver. But you really haven't seen any action other than that because I don't have a fucking car. So like I said, then the trolling started. The lies and innuendos, people cloning my name, people going into the First Amendment auditors' live streams, making up lies, talking shit to people in my name when people were thinking it was really me. So that turned people against me. I have a very bad reputation in the community now because of people like Gary and the troll movement. The troll movement. So it's the lack of being able to make videos because of no fucking transportation and the trolls up my ass. And then, you know, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And then, one night I made the video about a certain street in my town that the trolls just used to their advantage, didn't you, Naaman? Didn't you, Sheba? Didn't you? You used that video to your advantage to make Emo Howling look like a racist. See, I'm not racist, but I believe I'm prejudiced. Because they talked about racism and prejudice in Steve Pinder's video here. They talked about it a little bit. Okay, they touched on it a little bit. And then I still have another one to still have another hangout on the other screen over there that's queued up to where he gets into that subject a little bit more.
Though I do appreciate that he's pointing out the designation that there is a difference between prejudice and racism, right? We can have that discussion. But I just want to play, and he notice how he uses these words, the trolls made me look racist, right? So I just want, you know, if you have any children still up, please cover their ears. YouTube, give me a break here. Where do I got it here? Let's just have another listen for those that are new and see if this is ambiguous at all, if maybe we can decipher the meaning. So this is Emo's words, unedited. Well, fair, whatever. It's edited, obviously. It's clipped down, but anyways.
Loaded with niggers, loaded with blacks. There I said, loaded with niggers, loaded with fucking spicks and spades and everything else you want to call it.
That's the street. This is the clip he's talking about. This is the street in Texas. I don't believe that's very. He's not leaving a lot to the imagination. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I think that is blatant racism. I mean, obviously there's prejudice to it, but I mean, one more time, folks.
Loaded with niggers, loaded with blacks. There I said, loaded with niggers, loaded with fucking spicks and spades and everything else you want to call it.
So apparently that's the troll's fault, not his. Just so we're all caught up. I know there's some new people. Folks, if you're new, please subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff.
My father, if you want to know what my father was like, he was an Archie Bunker. He was the one that, you know, when I said what I said about Cumberland Street, everybody's seen the video. My father was the one that talked like that all the fucking time. My father fucking disowned me when he found out I was gay. My father was Archie Bunker to a T. So those words that I used about Cumberland Street and that section of Rumford, that section of the next town over, that shit I kind of picked up from my father, because my father used to talk like that all the time. So then after the racism started, I lost a lot of people off my panels. That even turned my fucking panel into even more of a shit show. Made me more hated in the community, okay? And then they were talking about, oh, all these panels are the reason why the community is so broken up now, because all the community is infighting with all these panels. Right? They're talking about that now. Hang on, I gotta get a drink. I'm starting to get the hiccups. Hang on. Alright, so, as I said, got my spring water here. A lot of people believe that the so-called panels have done more damage in the community than help in the community. Okay? And, but I want to get back into the trolling. But the reason why I've been getting so nasty lately is because when you have 10 months of constantly being bullied by Gary Snowflake, by Degradation Nation, by Grampy Lobster, by El Sancho, by Shiva, by Nathan Johnson, by Gary, I know I might maybe mention him twice, and they're all making me look like a piece of shit on YouTube. I'm telling you, if I was to attack you constantly, for 10 fucking months, you would be saying, damn it, I want to kill that Justin Harlow so bad. He made me look like a jackass in the community. I want to kill him. You would be saying that too. You know what? All the fucking trolling, I didn't need. All the fucking slander, I didn't need. All the people, all the shit in the community making me look like a jackass under malicious purposes to make me an outcast in the community. I know I'm a fucking outcast in this community. I already fucking know. When I can't even get 10 fucking viewers on a fucking live stream, there's something fucking wrong with that. You know why? It's because this fucking so-called community believes all of Gary Snowflake's lies. They believe all the fucking Salty Rant's lies. They believe all my fucking haters and trolls' lies, and it's making me look like a piece of shit, and in return, it's turning good people away from my panels, that my panel's a cesspool now. Yep, it is. It's a fucking cesspool.
Loaded with niggas, loaded with blacks. There I said, loaded with niggas, loaded with fucking spicks and spades and everything else you want to call it.
I know I don't have to, and I feel, I feel like I'm supporting the community one way. I don't feel the love. I'm watching thousands of hours of Joe Cool, thousands of hours of PDF, thousands of hours of fucking My Eye on You, you name it, almost thousands of hours of videos on almost 800 auditors, and none of those fucking 800 auditors can come to my fucking panel. So I know I'm not respected in the community, so to me, at this point, I don't even know if I want to be in the community anymore. I'm to the point where you guys have allowed the trolls to drive you away from my channel. You have allowed all the stupid people like Golden Eyes and 10th Man and fucking El Sancho and fucking Nathan Johnson and, you allowed all the negativity to drive you away from my channel, and I know I'm an outcast now in this community. I don't even feel like I'm part of the fucking community anymore. Now they're making this new organization, this new LLC, and this fucking Roku channel. You know what? I'm not gonna get it. You'll never see emo on that Roku channel. You'll never see me on there. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, I support a lot of people in the 1A movement. Yes, I'm not in the field because I don't have fucking transportation. And I've been telling you idiots this for 18 months, that I don't have fucking transportation. So that's why I'm not out there cop watching. And what do I get labeled? I get labeled a frauditor. I get labeled schemo. I get labeled a scammer. I get labeled a liar. I get labeled a racist piece of shit. I get labeled the biggest retard in the fucking community. And I'm supporting all you guys, but I'm getting nothing in return. I actually feel this. Because when I can't get more than fucking 10 viewers in a fucking live stream, there's something wrong with that with 1,600 subs. Now, I know Steve Pinder's like, well, we only got a few viewers going all the way around. But you got the people that deliberately go live when I go live. Every time I go live, you look over and there's FTP going live. Every time I go live, there's fucking Golden Eyes. Every time I go live, there's fucking News Down New England. Every time I go live, there's fucking Paulie Crispy. Okay?
Don't come to my channel again! You will be banned! Do you understand me?
So I can't get the fucking views. I don't feel the love in the community. So you know what? I probably will never be invited to join this fucking LLC and be on the Roku channel. And you know what? I don't need that shit. Nobody's gonna stop me from doing cop watches on this channel. Nobody's gonna stop me from doing what I want to do. All I wanted to do was have equal give and take. I support the community. The community supports me by coming on my panel. And I don't feel it. I don't feel the respect. Why I don't feel the respect? Because Gary the fucking Snowflake has turned so many fucking people against me, and you fucking stoonads have believed it. Hook, line, and sinker. All the abuse that I've gotten in the last 10 months, I didn't deserve any of it. I didn't deserve any of it, in my opinion. People stealing my content and claiming it's fair use. People restreaming me. People walking out on me. People saying I'm a racist. So you know what? Yeah, it's a community, all right. It's not an activism community anymore. You know what you guys are? It's a community of fucking cutthroats, is what it is.
And the one that's calling me, if he showed up at my door, you know what happened? You would lose your fucking teeth. Do you understand me? You would lose your fucking teeth. I would bash your fucking face right in. Because I'll tell you something you don't know about the emo howling wolf. I took karate lessons. I have a black belt in karate. You want to come to my fucking door and try me? I'll knock you on your fucking ass so fucking fast, you won't even begin to know what happened.
Who can make the most money? Who can get the most views? Who can cause the most fucking drama? Because I know the truth about the Texas poll. What 90% of you people believe about the Texas poll is a goddamn lie. I don't know where Gary got that loan crap, and I can't produce the original video because imagine that, it's fucking corrupted for some reason. But I still say that's a fucking edited video. But you know, you got people like Not Now, maybe later saying, "Oh no, that's all in one fucking piece." That's not what I said in that fucking video. There are pieces missing in that video. There's a fucking program online where you can actually where you can buy this program and decorrupt the file that's corrupted, okay? But they want like $100 to decorrupt it. Maybe one of these days after I get done with the Lady Di thing, I'll pay to have that file unlocked, and I'll pay to have that file uncorrupted, and I'll put the real video out. But until then, everybody's buying Gary's story. Everybody believes that I'm the biggest piece of shit on YouTube. All I wanted to do was have respectable panels like Jeff's, and that's too much fucking to ask. I can't please anybody. No matter what I do in this fucking community, it pisses everybody off. 90% of the people say get rid of Lady Di. I get rid of Lady Di, then it pisses off another whole bunch of people over here. I can't fucking win. And then there's fucking bullshit. Take responsibilities for your actions. I have never done anything wrong on this channel. Was my racism remark stupid? Yeah, it was stupid. Does it make me racist? No. It was just the terminologies that my father used, okay? It was just the language that my father fucking used, and I passed it on. But the only reason why I've been making death threats towards Gary, and then I made death threats towards Not Now, maybe later, is because when you get the constant beating and beating and beating and beating and beating and pounding, and your reputation is constantly day after day, and they're backing you into a corner more and more and more and more, and the tighter the corner gets, the more angrier you get, the more nastier you get, because the more vicious you get, because the more these fucking F-gots are pushing me into a corner. You know I'm right on this.
So you can see we're starting to get warmed up, folks. We're warming you into it. Now, as far as death threats go, I see that Grampy Lobster has joined us in the chat. Welcome, Grampy Lobster. Now, I had brought up the fact that apparently this flagtard is back out on the trail again, like Trump trying to win the election. And as I understand it, he did put a strike on your channel again, but I think I saw you mention something. Was there a death threat? Because there was an emo video I wasn't able to get today. Maybe you can confirm or deny that in the chat for the good people. Folks, thank you for joining me. We're going to watch just a little bit more of this, and then we're going to turn it up a notch or two. Things are going to get a little spicy.
Gary has driven me to the point of being a narcissist. Gary has driven me to the point of threatening people. The haters and trolls have driven me to the psycho emo howling wolf that you see today. And that's why I started getting so nasty in my videos. That's the truth. Because these fucking low-life scumbag couldn't leave me alone and just let me run my own panel and let me be fucking left alone and let me get fucking viewers and let me have a good fucking time. That's all I ever wanted was to have a panel like Jeff's. I even told Jeff at one time when I had respect for Jeff that I wouldn't go on the same time as Jeff. But then Jeff pissed me off and I was like, fuck it, I'll go on the same time as Jeff. But all this fucking emo's got to be responsible for his actions bullshit. All that's been bullshit from day one. I've been the one that's been abused since December. I'm the one that's been bullied every day on YouTube. And then you wonder why I'm getting so nasty. You wonder why I'm getting so vindictive. Because people keep pushing me in a corner. And pushing me in a corner. And pushing me in a corner. And pushing me in a fucking corner. And pushing me in a fucking corner. And the more they drive me in that corner, the tighter it gets. And then because the tighter it gets, the more nastier I have gotten. When I joined this community in February or March of 2018, did you hear me making any death threats then? When I was protesting that store, Labor Day of 2019, and I was just doing it a little bit on the Eric Brandt side, you know? Did you see me making death threats? Oh, if that manager don't come out here, did you see me doing any of that stuff? No, because I was a...
Folks, maybe we're in the wrong direction. Maybe a hooker isn't the answer. Maybe we should be raising funds to get Emo a bus ticket so he can do a cross-country tour to visit all these people. He says he's going to kick their ass. Grampy says he's offered the money for a ticket. Maybe we can get the ball rolling on this. Get Emo out on the road. Killing two birds with one stone. I mean, I think that would be content people would like to watch. Emo showing up to fucking fight people. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Happy Howlin' Wolf Day. I wasn't browbeated into being the biggest piece of shit on YouTube like I have for the last 10 fucking months. Going on actually 11 if we count December. Going on 11 months now. We got 18,000 emo Howlin' Wolves going around, destroying my reputation. We got 18,000 Howlin' Wolves turning more and more auditors against me. We got 18,000 emo Howlin' Wolves saying slanderous things in chat rooms. Okay? And it's all bullshit. So you know what? I'm to the point where, you know what? I'm about ready to say fuck you to the community. I don't need the community. I'm just going to do my own fucking thing. Because I don't feel wanted in this community, even though I'm subscribing to almost 800 of you motherfuckers. And wasting my time watching your videos. But then you can't waste your time coming to my fucking panels. And it was pretty much Tense Man and Golden Eyes that did a lot of damage to this channel as well. The last time I was in Golden Eyes' panel. And I gave a nervous laugh. My little nervous laugh that you all hear me do. That's the uncontrollable laugh. Then Tense Man and Golden Eyes conspired to make everybody believe that make everybody believe that my rants were written down, and they weren't fucking written down. My rants have never been fucking never been rehearsed, never been fucking scripted on this channel. Did I make multiple takes of videos? Yes. Because of them either being fucking too long, or maybe I sneeze in them, or somebody makes noise, or they're not coming out the way I said, or I threaten somebody, and I know if I put that on YouTube, I'm going to get a copyright strike, I'm going to get a community guideline strike, so I redo the video again, because I'm like, nobody's going to want to watch a 30-plus minute video, and I keep doing it and doing it and doing it until I can get it under 20 minutes. That's why I rehearse the videos. Nothing has ever been prearranged. Nothing has ever been transcribed. I'm being careful not to use a certain set of words here because I don't want the trolls to chop this up. But my rants have never been fake. With my cerebral, and I don't drink alcohol either. That's another motherfucking misconception with the whole fucking community. It's called having cerebral palsy. That's why I'm all jerky all the time. And I do that little stupid giggle. And sometimes when I get nervous, I move my neck around a lot. Where I did that the other night, too. I did that about a week ago on a panel. Everybody thought I was having a fucking seizure. But you guys mistake my fucking cerebral palsy for alcoholism. And you're all fucking liars. I don't drink. I don't fucking do drugs.
Maybe you should. I'm just saying.
So I'm tired of those fucking lies as well. But yeah, this is my response to my opinion on this YouTube community. It's gone downhill. When I first joined this community, you used to see the Denver crew live every fucking night. You used to see a member of the Denver crew get arrested every fucking night. You used to see fucking action from the Denver crew every fucking night when I joined this fucking community. You don't see that now, do you?
Coming from the guy who offers absolutely no content. But he does offer good rage. Folks, this is the part of the evening, I always say it, this is when the rubber hits the road. So I'm assuming you have the kiddies in bed. I've got your full attention. I do appreciate it. We got to check in on some other cows. But before we do, I want to give you just a taste. Just speaking of a taste, just like this. Just a little dabber on the tip of your tongue. You've been good. You've been patient. So I'm going to reward you with just a swig, just a mouthful of some grade A rage. Folks, this is not a toy. Oh, wait. That's not what I was looking for. Let's go. Let's just go. Look at him. He hasn't slept. Look at this motherfucker. This is what you wanted, folks. Only the best.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be. This one's going out to Big D. That's right. Big D, the one that I'm glad I took his channel down. Big D, the scumbag of the internet. Big D, the one that likes to slander people by making up lies and accusations. I scammed nobody. Get that through your head. And then I'm watching his Halloween video, and he says, what do you do for the community? I'm subscribed to almost 900 channels, you fucking F-God. When I watch their videos, they get fucking paid. Don't you understand that? That's supporting the community. Every video I watch gives them watch hours. Every video that I view pays them money if they're fucking monetized. So don't fucking tell me I don't support the community when I subscribe to almost 900 fucking channels, you fucking imbecile! You're just a big fucking bully! That's what you are, Big D! A big fucking bully! You're a big fucking bully! And a pussy! Because if I met you in real life, you'd be going down, motherfucker!
Another bus ticket, folks.
I dare you to come to my house, Big D. Come to my house. I fucking dare you. And let's see how fucking fast you hit the ground, motherfucker. I wouldn't be subscribed to almost 900 channels, giving watch hours and money to people in the community. That's how I'm supporting them, faggot! Then you got the other two fucking F-gots that you're working with, Salty Rand and Gary, the other two biggest pieces of shit on the internet! You guys just don't like me, so you did everything you could do to destroy me. And the one thing you had to do to destroy me is you had to ruin my fucking reputation. That's right. That's the only way you could fucking win. Well, fuck you, Big D. Take my channel down, and I'll just make another one again and again and again and again like you do. Talk about not having content. I got 1,600 subscribers when you got less than 400, motherfucker.
It's funny he brings that up, because didn't I play a video just last week where he admits that people have bought him subs? That he admits that most of his subs are fake? Where he admits that he's only getting like 10 to 20 people on his live streams? Which is kind of bullshit. I gotta give him credit. He gets a fair amount of live subscriber or live viewers. Considering, I mean, I literally watched this motherfucker wrap himself in a blanket at the beginning of one and go to sleep. So, anyways.
You're a lowlife, Big D! A fucking lowlife! I hope you, Gary, and Salty get fucking COVID and fucking die! I'll be fucking rejoicing over your dead bodies! Scumbags! I'm surrounded by scumbags! Ah!
Okay, that's just the take. Now, that's hard rage. That's hard raging, folks. All right, I could leave it at that. I could leave on a high note and say, folks, that's it. That's the evening, and that's a high note right there. Stick around. Listen. You know me by now. I'm telling you, stick around. I've got rage that outdoes that coming up. But first, we got to check in. You can't leave your cows too long or they wander to other pastures. That's what I've learned. So you got to give them a little bit of attention. Let me just get my sufficiencies fancified. Folks, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient. It is a one-man show. So, what do I got right here? Let's check in on fucking Stuart Pedlong, or whatever the hell his name is, Mr. Targeted Citizen. And this is the part of the evening when it is viewer's choice. So I'm going to read out some titles. You guys can help me pick what we're going to watch. We're not going to spend too much time on this. We're going to get back to the drama. We're going to get back to the, don't you worry, there's rage a-coming. But what do we got here? We got gang stalking at Best Buy. That's a new one. Drones witnessed by strangers. Trimmers vandalized. Gang stalk. I'm not going to watch that. That's an hour or something. That's something stupid. They're all stupid. Something about Trump being here tomorrow. Let's go ahead. Vandalized my caddy. More damage. What do you guys say? I know here's the pumpkin one he was talking about last week. Tell you what, let's warm up with the pumpkin one. Maybe we can come back. Trimmers vandalized, I'm seeing. Drones. Okay, well, this one's only like a minute or so. This is the pumpkin one. This is in theme.
Hey guys, Stuart Pidlong. I just wanted to make everyone aware. I told you guys in the past that I can't have like aquariums. The last time I used to have an aquarium all the time, big beautiful aquariums, and I couldn't have them because of the, oh my God, that's horrible. Because of the directed energy weapons will kill them. My family made this jack-o'-lantern not even a week ago. And look at the rot. Look at the amount of rot in less than a week's time. It's completely there's nothing left of it. It is absolutely destroyed. Jack-o'-lanterns usually last about 2.5 to 3 weeks. Because of the directed energy weapons they hit me and my home with, this is what's left of that jack-o'-lantern. Less than, I think, 5 or 6 days. And this is all that's left. That's how bad they hit us with directed energy weapons. The foundation underneath my house has collapsed because of these weapons. My body is the exact same as this right here. It turns it to mush. No cartilage in my joints. My bones are broken down. Muscle mass is decreased. Teeth falling out. All because of directed energy weapons from these drones that are on me all the time.
Direct energy drones. Yes, Jello shots. We've touched on it a couple times, but it's worth to put out there. Thoughts and prayers to Grampy's channel. We will see him through this storm.
So beware. Be safe. Be saved. God bless.
God bless.
There you go.
All right, so I saw a couple out there for a couple different ones. We saw drones seemed to be, people were excited about the drones. We got Best Buy. What the hell? Let's jump into the drones. I haven't watched any of these, so I have no idea.
Hey guys, Stuart Pidlong, the most targeted citizen. I'm in Hickory, North Carolina at the Save More gas station. This right here is 2nd Avenue. That's headed towards my house. That is the drone right there. That stalks my every move. Let me try this. Hey man, let me show you something real quick. Let me see that binocular. What do you think that is right there? You think that's a star? I'll let you get done with you guys. You can see it right here. People keep telling me that's a star, except everywhere I go, it follows me. It's a drone, and you can plainly see it. Yeah, here. You see it, right? You see the little one beside of it, right? Here, look right here in this. You know government likes to follow people around, right? They like to follow me. You sit right there and look through that. Aim it up there. You can tune it with that right there. You'll see a white light on it, a blue light, and a red light. Is it in focus? You can use that little knob to tune it in. Right here is that knob. Can you see it? Now look out. You can see the blue light on it and the red light. That ain't a star, is it? You see the separate lights on it? That's a drone. So what did you see? You saw a white light, a blue light, and a red light, didn't you? On that. That's not a moon, and that's not a star, is it? That is a drone, and there's 6 of them on me right now. I'm a targeted individual. I got the feds following me everywhere I go. So again, that's not a star, is it? What are they gonna do, kill me? Okay. They already killed my fiance. Already tried to kill me. Total stranger, I don't know you, do I? Try to tell people, they say, oh, you crazy. Am I crazy?
Why do I get the feeling that people are just humoring this crazy, dirty, bearded man that's approaching strangers at the fucking gas station? Yeah, man, yeah, be careful. I gotta go and live my life. But, yeah, good luck with that.
I ain't crazy. There you go, people. Drone. Just like I said. Let's keep filming this. Here, Put them on there. Witness testimony. Witness testimony. I'm gonna get the rest of my gas. Let me have it.
His fiance is dead, and yes, folks, he has confirmed it himself. He has also lost his kids before. I guess another set of kids. What a surprise. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit and see him harassing some people and see how they deal with him.
What do you see? And I'll tell you what it is after you get through filming it.
Holy fuck, it's Justin Bieber.
You see a white light, a blue light, and a red light, don't you?
That's a sweet dent in that car.
That's a drone, a government drone.
I believe it.
That follows me everywhere I go.
I believe it. Hey, they're everywhere, man. I tell you, they are everywhere.
People don't believe it. And just like that plane that went by, look, see that right there?
That's not one color here, man. They're fucking helicopters.
That's another one right there. There's 6 drones on me at one time, all the time.
That's what one color here, man.
Look-
Them helicopters going around everywhere, you know?
Look up the most targeted citizen on YouTube. All these people, these are gang stalkers. They're flooding this place because she wanted to come out. I'm followed by about 10, 20 people all the time.
Hey,
Government agents.
hey, fuck, let them watch. That's all I say.
They already killed my fiance, but they ain't gonna kill me. So, in other words, you saw it, didn't you? That is not a star, is it? That's a drone? Have I ever met you? No, sir. There you go. Everywhere I go, I'm stalked. When we leave our house, they break in our house.
I love the confirmation, right? You see that light? Yeah. That's a drone. Oh, yeah? Confirmed, folks. See, he just saw it too. It's a drone. Confirmed. It's a drone. It's a fucking drone.
Vandalize everything we got. You know, they got a machine they can point at you and put voices in your head. Did you know that? It's called Voice of God Weapons. Oh, it is. Everything. And they don't need this. They don't need your cell phone to track you either. They track you through your body, through your frequency. But that right there is a drone. Just like this one right here behind us. But you notice there ain't no other stars out, are there? You don't see any stars. Nope, that ain't stars. And everybody tells me, oh, that's Mars. Well, yep, that's North. And everybody tells me that's Mars. But that ain't Mars.
I don't think the moon's real, folks. Because everywhere I go at night, the moon follows me. I look up in the sky and there it is. Taunting me. Watching my every move.
Nope, nope. But nobody wants to believe me. Oh, I'm crazy. They say I'm crazy. I'm trying to take advantage of little old ladies. Because I asked for people to donate because they took my life away. They took $500,000 of what I owned. All my property, my land. They killed my fiance. Killed everybody I love. That is a drone, a government drone, and it's the size of a smart car. Just like the airplane will be back around in a minute. It's from Salt Air Aircraft Leasing. All right, I'm what they call a targeted individual. You see that right there?
Yes.
What do you think that is?
The North Star.
North is that way.
Oh.
Now look at this. This right here is how you tune it. Look into it and you'll see white lights, blue lights, and a red light. Those are the drones that follow me everywhere I go.
Where'd that white car go?
They're back there. Those are stalkers, people that follow me.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. It was your stalkers. Okay.
Did you find the knob? Look
I
right here.
found it.
This right here. And just dial in on it and try to keep it as steady as you can. But you can see the white light in the middle and a blue light and a red light. Thank
Are
you.
we sure it's not the,
It ain't Mars and it ain't the North Star. Those are drones. When I leave here, it's going with me.
Couldn't be a satellite
You
or
guys have a good
helicopter. He lives near an airport, by the way.
Where? Get in the back, Mason. I'll take you. I don't mind dropping you off. There you go. Get in.
Oh, God. He's got his kids with him while he does this shit.
You get to sit in the back, and then you're going to see that thing follow us. Here, Mason.
Sit in the back seat. I gotta admit, the kid's voice with that accent was kind of cute.
We're still recording.
I'm not there sticks. No. I ain't no shit. I've been out there in sticks, literally, and like got caught up because I know what there ain't no cops around out there. I'm out in some place the police don't come to. They don't know about it. And then last night I get caught up. I mean, you tell me one thing, one more day. Wasn't nothing around.
They do whatever they can do to mess with American citizens. You watch. When we get over here,
Not only is he rambling and doing this with his kids with him, for whatever reason. I mean, I want to know more. Did he actually, like, I'm going to go talk to strangers at the gas station? Come on, kids. Or was it, like, I was, like, picking up my kid. Well, no, this kid's not doing any after-school activities. I mean, were they just out at the store and he just started randomly talking to people? Now he has the stranger who's obviously a fucking meth head or some shit in the vehicle with it. Like, oh, wow.
It'll be the same exact distance away from me as it is now.
I'll watch it every night. Watch it follow me, bro. I gotta go. I'm not there with you, bro.
It's on the dash.
I know.
There's one right there. On the dash.
See that right there? That's the plane that follows me everywhere. Salt Aircraft Leasing. They're the feds. I don't deal dope. I don't sell dope. Nothing. I turned in a rat. I turned in a government rat. They killed my fiance, tried to set me up for it. Then they hired a narc to come in my house to try to catch me on tape admitting to murder. When I caught her with a wire on her chest, I called in and reported her ass. And I told her she's a bigger crime wave than I could ever be. That's when they started stalking me heavy. You turn in a government agent and they don't like it. What's that? Her name was Portia. Portia Gallagher. You know Portia Gallagher? Rat. Yep, rat. Snitch.
Man, that's not what I do, man. Man, I smoke weed, sit back, chill.
No, I don't do nothing. Can't.
And just for the record, I have no idea who that person is. If I knew that was in there, I probably would have cut it out. That person, to the best of my knowledge, is not a rat. But anyways, I digress. All right, folks, that's that kind of craziness. Now let's change gears a little bit. Let's get into some Von Helton. Again, I don't want to do the whole election thing. I'm not going to watch most of the... I just want to see... Because, of course, he's on the voter fraud train. Listen, I'm not telling you what to believe, what not to believe. I'm not making a statement. I may say some things that... to address what he's saying, because he's a fucking nutcase who's probably wrong. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Let's juice this up to about there and see where we're at.
We'll be right back after these messages.
There's never messages. Never messages. Okay,
Hey, folks,
I'm going to give it a second because my connection's being a little bit derpy over on the old BitChute. I don't know if I've refreshed the page or what. But anyways, we'll get to that in a sec. I don't know if anybody out there has actually watched this video, because I haven't. If you have any timestamps that actually make it interesting, I'm just going to watch the first little bit. I mean, if it's just him fucking ranting about fucking... I was going to say bullshit, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but I mean, that's like every video that he does. But if anybody is aware of any, timestamps that we should be aware of and checking out. Again, Von Helton apparently is not too happy with the election results. And he's on the, definitely on the Trump train. I just don't mean supporting Trump, but he's on this, that the Democrats are sneaking in votes. I seen him say things that were just patently false. Whether what side you're on, maybe you believe that they are stealing votes or something like that. I'm not here to argue that. And I'm not here to defend certain news networks or whatever, but he was claiming certain news networks were saying things that, and I've been watching these, again, I'm a political junkie, I've been watching this shit, and I never once seen them say the things that he was claiming they were saying. And, in fact, what I seen, they were saying the contrary. But surprise, Von Helton has no idea what he's talking about. So let's see if we got a little bit more. We're just gonna check it out. If it's not buffering properly, we'll move along.
The election happened last night, if you want to call it that. Most people now are calling it a joke. Even some people on the left are calling it a joke, because even some people on the left are the blinders are coming off their eyes and they're seeing just how ridiculous this thing is. Well, what happened? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it, and you're not going to like it. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. You're not going to like it because we have absolute proof. There is no denying we have absolute proof. And so, without further ado, let's get into it. We'll be right back after these messages. Alrighty, folks, you are looking at a tabulation of the electoral votes. And as you can see, at 8 o'clock in the morning, the Associated Press has still not called the race. Why? Because Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia are still not in. Although they have them quasi-colored in here, and Alaska. But if you look at how they're colored in, Nevada is going to go for Biden. Wisconsin goes for Biden. But Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and Alaska all go for Trump, making Trump the clear winner of last night's election. But you'll notice that this number, 238 versus 213, literally has not changed since 1 o'clock in the morning last night. I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning last night.
Just for people that aren't aware of the process, again, hey, I'm just Canadian watching this. He's the expert, but he doesn't seem to realize that, first of all, depending on the district and the state, some people actually went home. Some people worked around the clock. But just for the reason that it's appearing like things are going on to certain individuals is mostly because some states, especially like Pennsylvania, etc., had decided to count the mail-in ballots last, right, instead of forward. So in certain states early on, where they counted the mail-in ballots first, which seem to be disproportionate towards Democrats, because mostly Democrats did the mail-in, because Trump was preaching to everybody not to do it, so he had a big election day turnout, right? So certain states like Kentucky and Ohio at first, that were counting these ballots first, actually had a huge Joe Biden lead, right? Of course, that shifted as the election day votes come in. Pennsylvania is the opposite. So at first, Trump has this really crazy lead, and other states as well. We see similar things happening, and we see it in Arizona in the reverse. As the votes come in, we're seeing the gap that Biden has starting to narrow, right? And likewise, in some of these other states that were the other way, we're seeing Biden catch up or possibly flip. Like I can't believe that Georgia is actually up. It may turn blue. Maybe as this time, I don't know. I've been doing this live stream. Things could have changed. But they're being slow, and they've said this. First of all, nobody is ever declared president on the night of the election. Right? I mean, certain news agencies can call it. They can project things, but it's never like official, right? Secondly, they've already said like they're not even certain ballots. They're not even like counting till like Friday. So I mean, anyways, I don't want to get digressed in all this stuff, but this is nothing out of the ordinary that wasn't already like kind of made common knowledge that this is gonna be super slow, and we're gonna see a shift. Who's gonna win? I think I know, but it's a matter of mathematics. You just look at the math, but we're not gonna get bogged down with that. I'm just saying there's reasons for this. Just Von Helton is woefully unaware of why, right?
And these exact numbers were on the board when I went to bed. Literally. They literally have not changed. But here's the thing that is upsetting Republicans and Democrats alike. What is upsetting everyone is that Wisconsin, which still has not been colored in solid blue, interestingly enough, suddenly at 4 o'clock in the morning, And this has been told by Sky News. This has been reported by Fox News. You know, a whole bunch of news outlets have reported this. Okay, so it's not, you know, it's not hyperbole for me. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 100,000 votes were suddenly, miraculously found for Joe Biden at 4 o'clock in the morning for Wisconsin. 100,000 votes were suddenly, miraculously found for Joe Biden for the state of Wisconsin at 4 in the morning. Folks, show of hands. How many people get their damn mail at 4 in the morning? Show of hands. Come on now. Show of hands.
This is really how dumb he is. He thinks because you, the mailman in your neighborhood, who does the same route every day, which would stand to reason why you get your mail every day, doesn't actually understand that they ship through the night and people actually work in sorting facilities, and especially in the terms of an election. Now, listen, again, there's criticisms of things that have went on, and there's criticisms you can make of why certain states haven't had their shit together like other states have been able to work through this a little faster. I get it. I'm not here to make arguments for that. But this guy actually believes literally a mailman comes around with a bag of mail for these people, like every day at noon. That's when you get your mail, right? This is because that's how it works at his house, and he's never really lived outside of his fucking mummy's bubble. But I digress.
I'm pretty sure my mailman does not drop my mail off at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Okay? So what's going on here? The mail service would have already had those mail-in votes there, wouldn't they? Yes, duh. Anybody with common sense knows this. The mail-in votes would have already been there. So now at 4 o'clock, suddenly at 4 o'clock in the morning, they suddenly find 100,000 votes extra for Biden. Meanwhile, the news is reporting that they found hundreds of thousands of votes for Trump, literally dropped off at the side of the road on the interstate, going to the state.
I would actually like to see him source that, because I have not heard that they just found a bag of fucking with hundreds of thousands. It's just kind of like that 2.5 million in the closet, just on the side of the road, folks. They threw it out. That's how they would dispose it too. This is how the elites would work, right? You know, and again, you can have criticisms. I'm not saying that. But when these people make these types of allegations, they're not just... See, in his mind, he's just attacking the Democrats, right? He just has this, you know, and whatever. You can criticize, and maybe you believe that they're stealing. Listen, I'm not saying yes or no to that. But the reality is that in these facilities, a lot of these people are either hired or volunteer. They're just regular, everyday people trying to do their part as part of a civic duty to count votes, right? And they're Democrats, they're Republicans. There's poll watchers that are in there for Trump. There's people like looking at. Now, again, I know there's a couple cases where the facility had boarded up windows or something, which they had to remove so people could see like one or two, literally, facilities that happened. But I'm just saying, my point is, when he's saying this stuff, he's not saying the Democrats are doing this. He's suggesting that these everyday middle class people that are like contributing their time, in some case volunteering, are literally in this conspiracy with the post office, which or UPS or whoever the case may be, to sneak in literally hundreds of thousands of votes while dumping on the side of the road a bag with hundreds of, like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyways.
You got some explaining to do. Yeah, something's wrong with that, isn't there? Isn't there? Yeah, fuck yeah. And even Democrats are like, well, now wait a minute. Biden suddenly gets 100,000 votes out of nowhere at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's been reported by multiple news services. Okay, there's no way they can spin this one. They committed fraud. There is no way to spin it. There's no way to get around it. There's no way to shirk it. It's already out there in the mainstream media. 100,000 votes suddenly appears at 4 o'clock in the damn morning when we all know that mail service would have already had them mail-in votes there. We know this. Everybody that gets mail in their damn box knows that them mail-in votes would have already been there. They would have already been there. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Biden gets mail-in votes for at 4 o'clock in the morning, 100 for the state of Wisconsin. Yeah, bullshit. Nobody, not even the Democrats are buying this one. And even the Democrats are like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Yeah, exactly. Something is definitely not right. Nobody I know gets their goddamn mail at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Them mail-in ballots would have already been there. You know it, and I know it. And yes, even the media knows it, and that's why the media is like, hey, wait a minute, y'all. You know.
Actually, I haven't seen anybody backing up. In fact, I've seen other Republicans come out and criticize Trump for the accusations he's making. Hey, if there's evidence that the shit's janky, that's fine. That's a different thing. But just the fact that they received or started counting some mail-in ballots at 4 in the morning and Vaughn can't understand why, I don't think exactly validates a grand conspiracy. I'm sure that George Soros is paying them off. Let's check out a couple more minutes of this and then we'll move along here, folks. And like I said, the best is yet to come. Thank you for joining me. If you just joined, please thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you want to talk shit or contribute to the Von Helton Ladyboy Fund, that link is below, as well as the link to Discord and MeWe.
But yeah, man, no lie. At 4 o'clock in the morning, suddenly, miraculously, Joe Biden gets 100,000 extra votes for Wisconsin. That gives him Wisconsin as a win, by the way. It's just enough to give Biden that win for Wisconsin. What? What? Come on, people. There ain't nobody stupid here, right? Nobody here is stupid. You don't miraculously get votes out of nowhere at 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning. You know it. I know it. The damn birds out on the wire over there know it. Okay? So what is this? It's election fraud. Plain and simple. They've been caught. There's no way the Dems can spin this shit. No way they can spin it because it's already been reported by multiple news outlets.
Ironically, I just wanted to point out, it was Fox News who called Arizona prematurely for Biden, and Trump is pissed. Fox News, folks. Just wanted to throw that out there. But anyways, something just clicked in my head. Von Helton will not source the story about the miraculous turnout of votes that showed up at 4 in the morning. Not because just he's full of bullshit. I would actually give him credit that he was misreading a headline or something like that. But that's not what it is. Because if you go back to what he was saying, he was like, it stood forever at 1 in the morning and then all of a sudden jumped up. Like, he doesn't understand that these polling offices or these facilities where they're counting them report and then they get forwarded along to the news, right? The media doesn't have an instant, right? Like a fucking, they may have kind of like a commissioner phone where they're getting, called and told. But a lot of these places aren't releasing numbers until certain districts are closed or, whatever the case may be, case by case kind of thing. So Von Helton is getting this 4 o'clock in the morning thing. Not that he's actually read or can validate that this, boatload of ballots showed up at 4 in the morning. It's because that's when the media reported the new numbers, right? So between 1 in the morning and 4 in the morning, the media couldn't report because they weren't getting any information. When the next haul or batch came through and the numbers changed, then they updated at 4 in the morning. Von Helton then thinks, they've just received votes at 4 in the fucking morning. That's where he's getting this from, folks. I've been doing this a lot of years. You stare into the eyes of the shit abyss too long, and I'm just telling you.
But yeah, miraculously, suddenly out of nowhere, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, he gets 100,000 votes, just enough to push Wisconsin blue. Are you buying that shit? Even as a lifelong Democrat, are you buying that shit? Because I'm not. I'm a registered independent, folks. I'm a registered independent. I am not a Republican or a Democrat. And I'm telling you, I'm not buying that shit. And I guarantee the vast majority of the people I know are going to buy that shit.
Well, he's not registered because he doesn't actually vote or pay taxes. I just like that. And he's a recipient of social programs.
But yeah, that's the story, and it's out there. You can Google it for yourself. 100,000 votes miraculously show up for Biden for the state of Wisconsin at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Throwing Wisconsin blue just enough to give it to Biden. Bullshit. Bullshit. I need one of them fucking buttons. That's bullshit. I need one of them buttons. Come on, man. But anyway, looking at this map, all right, let's look at the map here. We got, even with Wisconsin, though. All right, Biden gets Wisconsin, he gets Nevada. But Trump gets Alaska, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. Trump wins. But you notice that these numbers have literally not changed since 1 o'clock last night, other than Wisconsin showing up as quasi-blue at 4 in the morning. Okay. And even so, it's only quasi-blue because it's like a narrow lead. It'd give them just enough to push Wisconsin into the blue. But as you can see, it's still light blue as of 8:10 in the morning the next.
So, yeah, I think that Von Helton's just going to repeat himself over and over again. There's nothing really that interesting he can contribute because, A, he's a moron, and I would much rather see, B, I would like to add, I would much rather see the live stream where apparently he's throwing stuff off the desk and mad that Trump is not going to be the next president. That's the way it's looking. I'm just saying, don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Folks, let's move this party right along here. The theme tonight is Doxers. Dox. And the Doxers drop. We're going to get to Emo's epic meltdown where he is he's spilling that tea on Lady Di. Again, if you're more interested in that saga, she tells all over on her live streams, if you can sit through it. Long story short, he's been scamming her, surprise. But back to Dox. Apparently, Nick Bravo felt compelled to make a video where he divulges that he got a secret email from, well, not so much of a secret, but an anonymous email with yours truly's Dox. Not putting aside the fact that my name and whatnot has been out there. He claims he has even more intimate knowledge. What I would be willing to bet is probably wrong. But that aside, let's move ahead. Let's check it out. Folks, thanks for joining me. We've got it sped up. We're going to keep this show moving ahead. Like I said, we got some epic rage coming up for the end of the show, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to wait a few minutes for some people to come in. I'm not going to be taking too long on this because I've got some other things that I need to get done today. But I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about an email I received this morning, in which someone, I don't know who it is basically giving me docs of a secular opinion. So I'll wait till some people in the chat room and we can discuss this a little bit. Now you might be asking, well, why would you have a problem with secular opinion? I actually don't. Good morning, Drag. Hope you're doing well. So I don't know who sent the email. I mean, it was just I got an email. So some anonymous person. Which, this is one thing that makes it suspect. That it was just a bunch of like letters and numbers. It was like, what the fuck? No, Drag, I'm not going to forward it. Because I'm not going to share secular opinions docs, which is I know what they want me to do. Look, here's the thing, right? We all know secular opinion has this little show called Weirdo, Wonderland, and I can sit there and I can like psychologize secular opinion. I mean, we already know he lives up north. It's like Big Love. You know, the thing of it is, it's like people don't like it because he goes after certain people online. And there are a few people who, and I've criticized him for it as well. I mean, I know there's been a couple of really mentally ill people who's gone after it, and I'm just like...
Now, I would like when people make videos like this is kind of like a veil, the whole video is like a veiled shot at me, right? He's trying to act like he's doing some favor, he's not going to drop these docs while the whole time shit-talking me, which is fine. But I'm going to address some of the criticisms just because I do hear some of these come up. And when I hear terms like go after or harass, like how do I go after people? Right? Other than like showing their stupidity. Like you act like a fucking fool and post it on the internet, chances are it's going to get featured on one of these programs. Sorry, it is what it is. Anyways.
I'll comment and other people will comment and be like, hey, dude, this isn't cool. you know.
I don't
There's a
remember him
difference going
ever
after
saying
somebody
that.
like Irv, who is a known criminal because of what he's done to his mother, what he did to Amanda, what he continues to do to his children. Hopefully, he still doesn't have access to his children, but we shall see. I mean, the guy's not even trying to make an effort to make himself better. Speaking of Irv, secular opinion, on the other hand, I think a lot of what it is he's picking on, for want of a better term, lulz cows, simply because he's just, I mean, let's face it.
Here we go.
He probably works at a job that he doesn't really like. He may or may not be living below his level of ability.
So this is interesting because he claims to have my docs and where I work, but then he says I probably have a job that I hate. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting.
As far as doing what he wants to do with his life. We know he lives in a shitty apartment.
I would debate that point, that he doesn't know that I live in a shitty apartment, and I don't think my apartment is shitty. Or the place that I live, I should say. I'm quite happy with it currently. I'm very privileged, that I do okay, and on a single income, I'm able to afford the things that I have, like a vehicle, a place to live, food in my fridge, and a little bit extra to play with. To maybe let's get Corky a fucking ladyboy too. Fuck it. Everyone gets a ladyboy that wants one.
Like I'm sure many of us do. He sucks down the Heineken, so we know he doesn't have... that's probably my biggest complaint, is that, secular opinion does not have very good taste in beer. Heineken? Really? Well, then again, Canadians have different taste buds than Americans do. And I happen to like really dark beer. Give me some...
Yeah, because he's a connoisseur. This is the type of guy who calls film cinema, right? But I would argue that Canada has some pretty kick-ass beer. Beer, cigarettes, and French strippers I would put up there among some of the best in the world. I've just thrown out there. But Heineken, of course, is not a Canadian brew. I drink it because it's light, because I don't slug back alcohol all the time, like dark ales and whatnot.
And that Guinness, and I'm good to go. Yeah, this person, though, and I guess I'm putting this out more even as a warning than anything else. This person gave me, supposedly, Secular Opinion's name, address, phone number, place of work, and some other information that could really cause me some problems.
That's probably old, out of date, and was never right to begin with, other than my name and general location. But that's okay.
I don't think he needs to be kicked out of his apartment. I don't think...
Well, thank you very much, Nick Bravo. I don't think I need to be kicked out of my dwelling either.
He needs to lose his job.
I don't think I need to lose my job either. Why would I lose my job? Why would I get... what is he trying to... he's got this stuff. It's heavy, guys, but you know what? I'm going to show him grace. And, what are you trying to say here, Nick? If you got some smoking gun evidence that I deserve to... Why? Because I post YouTube videos, they're going to kick me out of my apartment? Is that what you're trying... What?
I don't think it's necessarily the best thing to do to troll people online or have a show called Weirdo, Wonderland, or whatever. But, you can make an argument of who is it hurting. If people need to be able to have good conversations. If the conversation is there, that's fine. But if it's just somebody criticizing somebody over and over again, that's the problem. Because as we've seen with...
Well, that is true. I want to address the chat. Technically, I live in a shit-covered igloo. That's actually what my dwelling is. I just wanted to clear that up. So apparently, I deserve to lose my job and my apartment because I make a video once a week highlighting idiots on the internet. And he doesn't think you should criticize the same person over and over again. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Mass media, so many people are focused on a narrative, and they don't want to actually know the truth. But if you focus on the truth, you can do a long-form podcast as long as both parties are somewhat sincere in that they actually want to try to find out what's true and what's not true. There's others who they're going to, other people who they're just going to hide behind a username, and they're going to spew nonsense, or they're going to spew crap in hopes of getting shit stirred up. So sorry about that. I'm really not awake yet, so pardon me. My apologies. And I was listening to some really good trance music for about an hour. Where is that? It's pretty good. I'll give you...
All right. This time type of music is never good. But I'm gonna just fast forward it a bit through this. All right.
With this kind of nonsense that it's just hurting myself.
Here we go. Back to Nick.
Because I mean, let's talk about Irv. Right? I mean, if Irv wanted to change his behavior, and he genuinely wanted to, he has plenty of people in his life he could ask legit questions to. And if those people had...
So basically, just so we all are aware, the actual premise of this video, I shouldn't say premise, but the intent of this video is for Nick to show that he's not a lolscow on the same level as Von Helton, which he's done before. This is the whole... He's now making the case, right after criticizing me for criticizing Von Helton too much. He's going to go on yet again and criticize Von Helton and make sure everyone understands there's a distinction between him and Von Helton.
And out of some actual concern, they would have good conversations with him. Because the thing of it is, I mean, if somebody is like filled with hate and anger and rage and they tell you the truth, you're still not going to listen to them. You're just not going to. And that's the way it is you have to somewhat understand rules of civility. And unfortunately for YouTube, it's very easy to be uncivilized on YouTube. And that's just its nature. I do kind of wish YouTube could go back to how it was in the early 2000s. Yeah, Von is mentally ill. I mean, he definitely has some predilections that are disturbing, to say the least. I mean, at the very least, there are certain things he should be doing that he should never talk about in public. Never even. I mean, it's like... Because I recall somebody... there was an interview with Robert Frost, I think Secular Opinion did, where I guess Von's into some weird anime like bestiality crap or something. I mean, it's like, why would you? Number one, why would you?
Just for everybody, I think he said Robert Frost, but he meant Larry Frost, and you can see the interview with the Frost, which they requested on the Secular Opinion channel. Thank you very much. And just so we are all clear on this, the only reason he's making this video towards me has nothing to do with whether he's a bitch or not, is because he knows I'll probably address it, and it'll give him a little bit of play. That's totally what it's about. But anyways.
To even make that public. And number two, if you have kids, why in the hell would you be playing it around your kids?
Just to be clear, is because what I'm saying is he definitely is a bitch. I'm not arguing that point. He is a bitch. I'm just so we're clear.
I mean, good lord. I really hope he doesn't have his... I really hope he doesn't have his kids with him. Because I wasn't... Last I heard, somebody was making comments in one of Secular Opinion's videos, and I occasionally watch them, I'll admit. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's actively making them, yeah, that's probably not somebody you want to have any children around, period. But, that's Von's nature. And, the thing of it is, though, he's insecure, but he's become criminal because he's got the victim mentality. And yeah, I've been victimized in my past, in my life. But, it's like, it's boring. Because number one, it's like the only people who want me to babble on about my past. Number one, new audiences, halfway decent people aren't going to care. They're just genuinely not going to care about cancel culture. The few people who want me to babble on is because they want me to say it 5 times or 20 times so that they can, pick and edit and, 5 years ago he said this, but 2 years later he said this, and now today is saying this other thing. And as if I can't change my mind, as if memory doesn't change. And that's the thing of it. I mean, there are people online who they desire to destroy people for fun of it. I don't know if Secular Opinion is one of these people. I don't know. And frankly, I don't care enough to jump on some bandwagon of let's punish Secular Opinion for his crimes. I mean, it's like, number one, who am I to judge anybody? I mean, I know how it feels when I get anonymous people trying to punish me for my crimes. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, I mean, I can maybe I can sit there and think, well, maybe if they're picking on me, they're not out there, murdering children or committing rape or something. I don't know. Maybe not. It's a very bizarre world that we're living in, and with the rise of cancel culture and all that. I mean, I saw the rise of cancel culture in my own life as early as 2004. So when it was happening to Trump back in 2016, I was just like, holy shit, I've seen this happen. I've experienced this, and I'm still seeing it now. And the sad thing is, I don't think most people really know what's going on. No, I know. I agree, Paladin. I mean, they could be doing any number of things. They could do a number of things. And, and maybe I need to speak more clearly and concisely. I mean, I could sit there and have the delusion of, well, if they're focused on me, at least they're not, out there committing bigger crimes, which is not true because we've studied criminology and we know that criminals, when they get away with small crimes, they tend to go for bigger crimes. And yeah, Ryan, I'm not sharing the email. I'm not. I'm tired. I'm just basically putting this out there as number one. That's kind of a warning to circular opinion that people are trying to dox him, and number two, that I don't care. He's not.
It was clickbait, is basically is what I'm getting. I'm just going to let this play for a couple more minutes because I'm pretty sure, I hope I didn't skip through it before, because he does say something that I found kind of lulzy, if I remember, so I'm kind of waiting for it.
Not that important to me. I don't consider him an enemy of any kind. I have better things to do. He's living his life. I'm living mine.
That's a good, because I don't consider Nick an enemy. I mean, I don't whatever.
Life's not much better than mine, so I really don't care.
Well, I would argue my life is exponentially better than yours, but that's besides the point.
And besides, it could easily be that somebody's giving me all this information, hoping that I have like some weird, quirky cycle wherein I'm just like, I have all this info and blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna. It's embarrassing to think about. I'm not gonna fucking do it. Ryan, he can believe me, not believe me. I don't care. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, I've watched his videos. He's got fish. He's got a cat. Every time I see the cat on his video, it looks fine. It doesn't look like he's beating it or something.
Well, I appreciate that endorsement. This is what I kind of found funny, folks, because not since I lived with my parents when I was a kid did we actually own a family cat. What fucking cat in my video? Am I missing something? Was there a fucking cat in here? Maybe someone out there can help me. Yeah, I don't know what's with the air quotes thing. But at least I look after my cat. I look after it well. And that's got me marks in Corky's book. So I guess I'll tell what? A fucking cat. So I'm supposed to, I'm suddenly not so much worried about these docs he has. I'm just saying.
I think a lot of this is he's probably, and of course this is all assumption, he's probably frustrated with his job and his own life, certain areas of them, and he's like, well, this is humorous, this is fun, this is a way to build community, and it is. I mean, he has quite a few subscribers. I don't recall how many at the moment. Let's go ahead and check real quick.
I don't show my subscriber count. Sorry, Corky.
Yeah, so he's got.
No.
The subscriber count. I'm not seeing it. I guess there's a way to have subscribers shut off or something. So.
There is indeed.
But I mean, he started just a couple years ago, and July 23rd, 2019, 1,000.
It's been a year, folks, and I'm very happy. Now, to be fair, I have been around since 2008, so, I'm very appreciative. I have a core of subscribers that whenever I come back, they find me, and I really appreciate it. And if you're new, please subscribe. Folks, you've been very patient. From here on in, he just kind of babbles, so there's no sense, even sped up, to go through this. This is where we enter Act 3 of the night. This is where things get a little wild. Let me just run to the comments for a section here. If anybody's got anything to say it. And of course, you can always say it through the VONHELTON LADYBOI Fund. The link is below. We're getting someone a hooker. Folks. I think he's a candidate. So let's skip ahead here. That's what we just watched. Now, this was a good rage, and you can see it in his face. You can see he's been up. Right? It's draining. Last week, I would say we edged this rage a little bit. There was some fucking epic rage last week. I want you to prepare yourself if you haven't seen this. Because This is some pretty fucking hard rage. And I'm going to have to be quick on it. We're going to have to skip through it a little bit because he's dropping docs like a motherfucker. He's dropping it like it's hot. Like it's a fucking hot potato. Prepare yourselves, folks.
All right. Let's get into it. We got some faggots to roast. Some faggots. You know what? As Salty Rant said in his video, yeah, they like making fun of a mentally handicapped person. They get off on fucking with somebody who's mentally insane in the membrane. That's what they like making fun of. They get big kicks out of it. They think it's fucking funny, don't you, Salty? Don't you? Lady Lili, Big D, Salty Rant, Gary Snowflake, they're all scumbags. They're all out to destroy my reputation. They're all fucking faggots. They're fucking faggots. They're fucking liars. They're goddamn fucking liars.
Now, folks, we're just getting warmed up. We're just in the first few minutes of this video. We're about to hit crazy town here. We're about to hit. Adjust your headphones. Here we go.
First, we're going to address Lady Cunt, known as Lady Cunt Lili. Lady Cunt. First of all, the loan was supposed to be between us. It wasn't supposed to be discussed all over the fucking internet. You broke confidentiality by spreading it all over the fucking internet. You're a fucking cunt. You deserve fucking death. Then I gave her back a channel and she's talking shit about me every She's a cunt! A fucking cunt! You know what? I never doxed your number. I never gave your number out to nobody. That's a fucking lie. But you know what? Now I'm going to give out your number. Are you ready for it, guys?
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for it? Because now I will give her number out. Now.
All right. I'm going to try my best to give you the rage and try to edit out enough of this fucking number on the fly. But yeah. It gets hot.
I will say it, because she's got no fucking proof. I never gave her number out to nobody, but she wants to threaten me and say that I did. Well, now I'll give her fucking number out. Uh-huh. Now I'm gonna dox her ass.
And this is really smart on Emo's part, because not only could it get him in trouble, also, as I mentioned earlier, he's had problems this summer with somebody phoning him a lot. I'm not saying who. And it's inevitable that fucking phone number, attacking the people, a handful of people that actually have your real number, Emo. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? I'm just saying, if his number comes out, I want it. That's all.
Here it comes, guys. I didn't do this yet, but now I'm going to. I'm being accused of it, so I might as well do it.
Mm-hmm.
520.
All right, so let's skip ahead a little bit here. He gives out someone else's too. Oh, okay. Fortunately, that was blurry. Let's move ahead.
I didn't give it to nobody. So now everybody on the internet has it. Okay. So I'll give it to you again.
No. No. All right. Fortunately, he's a retard.
Now I gave out your fucking number.
There we go.
Okay, now we're gonna play. Now we're gonna fucking play. Because all you faggots get off of making fun of a mentally fucking funny. I ain't fucking funny. And all of you deserve death.
Poor old Schemo.
And if anybody wants to call Lou, alright, we'll give you Lou's number. 591. Accusations that I dox people. Well, now I made the accusations true. Because I didn't dox anybody until right fucking now. So there you go. There you fucking go.
Folks, I just want to interrupt. If there was ever a time that emo shit himself while making a video, I'm going to wager that it was during this video. I think we witnessed him actually shit himself. Just throwing that out there.
And then you got Lady Di, the fucking cunt, lying on me every fucking night. Now she's going around telling everybody that about April. I never said April. The deal was always January. I said if I didn't pay her by April, then we can call it a scam. I never changed the payment date to April. You fucking ex-cop, you fucking cunt.
Ex-cop. Yeah, he dropped that about her too.
Call Lady Di again. I'll give you the number one more time because she wanted to fuck with me. So now I am going to do it. Now I am going to fucking do it. I got accused of it. I might as well fucking do it, right? Lady Di again. 520. She wants to accuse me and make accusations that I gave my fucking gave her fucking phone number out. Well, guess what? Now I did, bitch. Now I did. And don't forget to call Lou at 951-77. Yeah, 95. Guys like to make lies and make fun of a fucking mental case. Somebody that was born with autism, somebody that was born with cerebral palsy, somebody that was born with brain damage, and you like making fun of it. I can't stand you for it. You find it funny to make fun of the mentally handicapped. It's not fucking funny. And then the other
here it comes.
The other accusation about Social Security. Well, here's my Social Security. Whose fucking name is this card in, motherfuckers? Huh? Whose fucking name is that fucking card in? Let me see if I can get it closer. Justin Nelson, right? Justin E. Nelson. That's what fucking name that card is in. Everybody knows that this is a Social Security disability card. So how am I doing it on my mother, Salty? How am I doing it on my mother, Gary? Ah, when the fucking card's in my fucking name. You fucking imbecile. It don't lie. Justin E. Nelson is what it says. Clear as fucking day. But that's all fucking... Anything to destroy my reputation on YouTube! If Stocky doesn't stop harassing me, I'll take my goddamn time paying you back, Lady Di. I'll take forever. You better get Stocky to back off.
So this is actually ingenious, and it's actually not ingenious. It's just I've said it before, these people, the way they maneuver, like normal people, your brain doesn't function like that. It's like when you have no dignity, no pride, and you're like bottom of the barrel, these are the things you do. So what he's doing right now is actually setting up an excuse to not pay her, right? So he's threatening because they're talking shit about him unless they stop, which they're not, and she can't control somebody else's actions, obviously. He's going to use that as an excuse to drag out the payments. Well, you guys did this and that, so now you've altered the deal. Guaranteed that's what's going to happen. But anyways.
Or you can wait a long time to get your fucking money back. But that's all you got. Let's make fun of the mentally handicapped. Let's make emo an outcast like Joey fucking Wolf. You did the same fucking shit to Joey Wolf. Now Joey Wolf is a piece of shit, and now I'm a piece of shit. Hated by everybody in the community because of the made up. Oh, go fuck yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
it's that time, folks. It's that time. So that was some pretty epic rage. That was nuclear level rage. I definitely move emo to the front of the group for rage cows. Yeah, Vaughn's EBT card had an American flag on it, so there. But that was years ago. Mr. VONHELTON claims he's never had an EBT card. It was funny, that one sticks out in my mind because Vaughn was making, that's when he used to do the prep videos, and he was claiming that he had like a fucking one of those barns, like actually full of bottled water and shit, which of course was his mom buying it. And then he makes another video showing his EBT card. So I just thought that was funny. So anyways, folks, this is the one we teased at last week, and the reason I brought it up is because I noticed the last part of it was played on the Geek Room. I'm sorry, Wilson, I believe, was there, and some other people were commenting on it. But that's the part to do with Pam. I thought I'd play the first part. Now, I've played this before in chunks or all or whatever, but this is probably one of the most requested videos that I get asked for. So I thought I'd play it just to give it what you guys may have seen on the Geek Room a little bit of context. Now, they had covered they hit most of the points, but I did want to clear up a couple things of the people that were involved. To the best of my memory, and we'll see as we watch through this, that I don't believe Kenny, KPZ, and Dusty were in this hangout. Now, I know Dusty was watching. KPZ could have been watching as well, I'm not sure. But the players in this particular one were Quasi Monkey, who actually recorded it, if I remember correctly, Loves to Dance, George Bush Pimps, myself, and, of course, the quote-unquote moderator who got us the link the night Von Helton fell asleep. And we took over his hangout. This is epic. A lot of people asked for it. Now, I do apologize for the derpy audio. No shot at Quasi. Those were the days back then. That's just how it rolled with some of the recording software. And you got what you got. So, this is the epic What Evil Have I Done video. Folks, if you are new, this is a very classic, iconic part of Von Helton Nakana, I guess I would call it. I don't know. But all I know is thank you, folks, for joining me. If you haven't thumbs up the video, please thumbs up the video. I couldn't leave you just on that emo high. I had to back it up. I had to back it up with some more counter rage. It's rage and counter rage. Folks, don't go anywhere. If you haven't seen this, I think you'll enjoy it. So I'm just going to play it through. And when Von Helton wakes up and realizes that we've taken over his hangout, he's not a happy camper. Thank you for joining me.
Coast clear. You went back to sleep.
How do you get always up full size?
What are you talking about a price tag?
Someone said,
why would you say that?
why hasn't Von removed that price tag from his lampshade in 94 years?
Well, he is leaving the internet March 31st.
Yep, or whenever they cut it off.
Yeah, he's
I have he doesn't pay his bills.
He's leaving the internet because he can't pay the bills.
Right. That's bullshit. He's got tons of money.
Well,
I have never said that price tag. You gotta have money to
honestly.
buy stuff, and his trailer's full of stuff, so...
Yeah, he's
so rich.
Yeah,
So
he's got to buy shit.
money.
Yeah, he's got to buy shit for his kids, and he can't pay
That's
them.
how he lives now. He's so rich.
Oh, what? What's happened?
Oh. What is it? Oh shit, oh shit.
Yes, Wilson brings up a good point. Von Helton basically admitted in one of his videos that he uses Jerry's money to buy Hot Wheels because Jerry likes Hot Wheels. I can't remember what video that was. I thought I covered that last week. I can't remember. But newsflash, Von Helton is a piece of shit. So, anyways, let's move ahead.
Oh, there's movement. Oh no, he's angry. He's angry now. What Chris has been saying about you?
Oh, shut up, come on. Hush a minute, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you feel it was justified to coerce my wife to leave me? Do you?
I never talked to your wife.
I've never talked to your wife.
I don't think
Oh, yes. The Von Helton went live stream. I forgot. I do have that. You guys let me know in the chat. Do you want me to play that? We could go through that. I forgot all about it. I think I owe Quasi a thank you on that as well. I think he grabbed that. He got the link to me. I got that. I got you. Tell me in the chat. You guys want to see that? Von Helton talking some shit? We'll play a bit of this. Because it's rage. And then, let me get my ducks in a row. Maybe we can check that out.
I'm asking you a question. Do you feel justified in coercing my wife to leave me? It's a simple question. Answer it.
Oh, no.
I didn't. No, because I didn't do it. So
Nobody called CPS and drove my wife away from me.
No.
Really?
She even said it's because you don't take a bath. You're violent and abusive towards her. You have a shitty ass because you don't wipe. We're going to leave her for you all the time she lied to us.
My goddamn clothes would be walking out the door by themselves, and you fucking know it.
We think it has something to do with your vampire metabolism, not letting the dirt on your clothes exist in your own life.
Quit talking shit.
We answered your question, and you started talking shit.
No, you never fucking answered the question.
I've never talked to Andrea in my life to coerce her to do anything.
Same here.
So I can't speak on it. I didn't do it. I think it's funny she said that she
over and over and over and over and over again out to the house until she's forced to leave.
I didn't do it.
You never called CPS?
None of us in here did that, Von Helton.
You never called CPS?
No, CPS.
Oh my God.
It wasn't CPS, it was you. She was scared.
CPS.
Her own words.
No, her words
say this
were...
for whatever you want.
No,
Her
you
own words.
fucking whore. No, you fucking whore. It was her words. Her words were, I left because of control and CPS.
No.
I could not take it anymore.
No, that was not her words. Okay, that might be her words in like your universe. But in our universe, she said on YouTube videos that she left because you were violent and abusive and she didn't like you.
I don't give a fuck
you lied to her. And you said
I'm telling you what she said in private to other people.
But she said that she
left
never did any 11 different people, guys, on Facebook, and you're making that up. That it was girls she was trying to get in with you. That she took herself.
You motherfuckers harassed the fuck out of that woman with CPS.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. And over and over and over
again. Correctly and lost her.
I don't give a fuck about your goddamn opinion. You shouldn't have affected your life.
I don't give a fuck about anything about your
personal life. You should have kept your fucking mouth off the goddamn telephone.
You're fighting Von Helton.
That woman crazy.
You're just going to hold it. I don't have to have evidence. Hey, look, Von, it's real simple. You just get the toilet paper in there, and you put it down.
No, it's real simple, fucker. You get muted. That's what it is. You get muted. That's what it is. Now, here's the fucking shit. You guys called CPS over and over and over and over and over after this house, and you literally drove her nuts. She was so scared that CPS was coming to take the kids that every time somebody would knock on the door, she would literally jump in her chair. I saw that myself. You literally scared the shit out of this woman. Drove her nuts. You literally drove her nuts. You want to sit there and say you're not culpable? You want to sit there and say that you're not responsible? You want to sit there and say that you don't have anything to do with this?
So those of you that are new to the fold, that is the legendary George Bush Pimps, a.k.a. Steal This World, that Von Helton is having a little fireside with right now.
You lying fucks! You bunch of lying fucks! You bunch of lying fucks! I should have my marriage right now if you motherfuckers hadn't kept calling CPS out here. I will read you her actual words that she said to Erica Mott before she left this house, and then you can judge for yourself. All right, I will read it to you because you're fucking stupid to apparently understand that when you call CPS out to people's house, that it might aggravate my life.
Listen, bitch.
Hey, you can get the fuck out of here. All right, you better start a bunch of shit. Get the fuck out of here. I said, get out now. Now you shut the fuck up, all of you. Now I'm going to read you what she said, and then I'm going to notify my attorney to sue every one of you son of a bitches into the ground. Because once you hear what she says out of her own mouth, then there won't be any question now, will there? Because I'm sick and tired of you sick fuckers. If you hadn't kept calling CPS out here, I'd still be married. And that's a fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. Now, let me find the goddamn text here. Let's see. Where the hell is it?
So why did it take her 2 years after CPS to leave you, if it's all about CPS?
Because you guys kept on and kept on and kept on.
No, we didn't.
Bullshit.
No, we didn't.
Bullshit.
Prove it.
CPS.
I was gone for almost.
Can I talk to you?
Never.
Can I talk to you? Can you talk to me? I'll tell you what you need to tell me. You need to tell me that CPS is knocking on your door like you did mine. That's what you need to tell me. That's what you need to tell me. You need to tell me that CPS come and took your baby off of your breast like you did my wife. Where's the one? She wasn't even allowed to suckle her children. She wasn't even allowed to bond with them. You bitch! You fucking bitch! She wasn't even allowed to bond with them.
Calm down.
You goddamn demon! Motherfuckers! You all need to die! Every one of you fuckers need to die. Every goddamn one of you need to die. You destroyed that woman's life, and now you're destroying her life again. When she gets on that witness stand and tells all the lies that you've put in her head, she's going to go to jail for perjury. And it's your goddamn fault.
Not us.
And it's your goddamn fault. You have ruined that girl's life forever. You ruined her life forever. You fucking demon-possessed son of a bitches have ruined that girl's life forever. You ruined her forever. You'll never recover from this.
Didn't I rip her cervix?
Every time you look in a fucking mirror, you know that you fuckers have driven her away from her children and her husband. And it's your fault.
Listen to me. I'm not yelling at you.
I don't give a fuck about you, bitch. You guys have destroyed my life. You've destroyed my marriage, tried to get my kids taken away from me. Every goddamn one of you needs to die. I did. Hey. I don't give a shit, bitch. You're on video admitting that you called CPS to my house.
Yeah, and I called them. I don't believe the kids were taken. No, and I called them. Your kids were taken.
That's not a crime you go to jail for. Shut up or I'll mute you.
When I called, your kids were taken. They came out and saw nothing was wrong and didn't take. I've never spoken to Andrea in my life.
Shut up or I'll mute you, I swear to God. Now you listen to me. All of you. Every one of you sick son of a bitches have tried some of you have tried even as much as 10 years to drive me off the internet. Okay? And when you couldn't do it to me, then you went after my wife, went after my kids. That didn't work, so then you went after my wife and got her to leave me. That's a fact. Okay? And so now that you finally succeeded in getting my wife to leave me, now I've got no choice but to leave, because next you'll be going after my goddamn kids, finding out where they go to school, finding out who they hang out with, and trying to turn them against me too. So now I've got to leave because you sure as fuck sick fuckers ain't gonna get my kids. I'll fucking see you in hell first. I'll see you in hell before you do my kids the way you did my life for these last 4 years. I'll see you in hell first. I'll see you in hell first. You people need to die. You don't need therapy. You don't need counseling. You all need to die for what you've done to that woman. For what you've done to her. You totally fucked her head up for life.
What have you fucked her head up for life with? You
what have I done to her?
Bitch ass motherfucking faggot piece of shit.
Shut up, shut up, you goddamn piece of shit. Shut up or I'll get your fucking ass out. Get your ass out of here, you piece of shit. You fucking maggot. You ain't worthy of nothing but death. Now you listen to me. She got everything she wanted. She got unlimited internet and long distance. She got to go anywhere she wanted. I just bought her, not that long ago, a brand new $500 iPod Touch with all the bells and whistles.
They never costed that much from retail.
I don't give a fuck about you, okay? I bought her software and stuff that was additional to that. Anyway, the point is this. You people have ruined that girl's life forever.
And just for the record, he didn't buy her any of that shit because he has no money. It was actually it was Andrea's mother, if I remember correctly, that bought all that shit. Plus the blue Wii. If those of you have been around for a while, you may remember the blue Wii.
Driving her away from her husband and her children that love her. And to sit there, smarmy ass son of a bitches, like it ain't no big deal, like it ain't nothing. You sit there, oh, we can't stand VONHELTON, so we'll destroy his family. We'll destroy his family. And that's okay to you guys? It's okay to destroy my family? What in the fuck were you guys thinking? What in the fuck were you thinking? And quit going to my house before I call you.
By the way, the phone's ringing.
Shut up, you asshole. Shut the fuck up. I can extradite your ass from Canada, motherfucker, so shut your fat mouth. You listen to me. You listen to me. You have ruined my wife's life forever. Every fucking day that she looks in that mirror, she's going to remember this day and what had happened, or the 12th rather, and what will happen. Because you know as well as I do, she's not going to get the kids. She's not going to get visitation. She might get supervised visitation if she's lucky. But there's no way in hell, you know as well as I do, she abandoned them kids when she walked out that door. She's not getting the kids, and you fucking know it. All right. Number two, doubtful she'll get visitation because she's 400 fucking miles in another county. Right. Now, the thing that you've done is you know, and you know you've done it. You're not fucking stupid. Ain't nobody in this fucking room stupid. You all know that you drove my wife crazy calling CPS out here all the fucking time. You know it. All right. There's nobody in here that's stupid. Nobody in this fucking room is stupid. All right. And she, shut up, I said. Shut the fuck up. Now, she would literally jump in her chair when somebody knocked on that door for fear that it was CPS coming to take the motherfucking kids again. Literally jump. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw her jump in her chair when somebody would knock on this door.
I know. I'm sorry you had to go through this. I'm so sorry.
My life is ruined. My wife's life is ruined. My children's lives are ruined.
I know.
You destroyed everything that cares anything about me and anything that I care about. Why? Why in the fuck did you do this to me for? What evil did I do to you to deserve for you to destroy my marriage and my family? What in the fuck did I do to you assholes to deserve to destroy my family? What did I do to you? Tell me what evil I did to you to deserve you running my wife into the arms of another man. What was it? What was that evil thing that I did to you to deserve this shit? What was it? Tell me. Answer the fucking question.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody. I want to hear an answer.
All right, and that takes us up to, I think, where you guys were watching on the Geek Room, where it focuses on who we like to affectionately address as Pill Pop and Pam. But I digress. So I have dug up, and I'm glad you guys brought this up, because I honestly forgot about it, to be honest. VONHELTON did an extremely, very rare live stream back on October 30th, and thank goodness someone grabbed it, because he made it private right away. But I was able to secure it. So just give me a second here. I'm going to have to do some configuring. What? Oh, it's not letting me open it. Wait a sec. Oh, we got it, folks. Folks, we got it. We got it working. Let's do it. Let's watch. This has got some go. This is a lot of the. So maybe the references to the Asian diplomat girlfriend was going over some people's heads, and the VONHELTON LADYBOI fund. I think this might clear it up. There is some gold in here, folks. I'm glad you guys reminded me. Let's take a stroll. So basically, VONHELTON's pissy. Something went down. Will Kincaid's, Beckel, and everybody are all hanging out over there. He decides on his diecast Racing with Vaughn channel to go live. He hasn't went live in quite a while since he got scared away about the kitty diddler laws that YouTube imposed. Anyways.
Alrighty, I appear to be live. At least I think I'm live. I'm assuming I am live. Although it's not showing up on YouTube yet, but it should eventually. Haven't done one of these in quite a while, so gotta make sure my audio is working, if it'll ever fucking show up. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. Don't know if it will. There it is. Alrighty, folks. The purpose of this live is to prove a great many things, not the least of which is that it's stuttering a little bit. Well, I guess. That's to be expected, I guess. And the purpose of this is to see that obviously the fucking trolls ain't going to be brave enough to try and come in here because they know they're not going to get their way if they do. Kind of like when they try to come in G-Mans or when they try to come in Break Kings. They know they're not going to get away. That's why they get away with Low. Because they know Low will let them do whatever the fuck they want, right? Isn't that right, Low? Yeah, that's right. That is right. Everything clear as a bell, okay. Yeah, well, it really was, actually. You know, Quasi, I don't believe for 1 second that you're actually okay with me. Just so we're clear on that shit. Because I think you're still trolling me. You're just, you're just using a different method. But I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong, actually, Quasi. I hope that someday you'll embrace the creator gods and become an eclectic pagan like myself. That's what I would like to see happen. But I'm not going to hold my breath waiting on it, right? Am I cool with Brett again? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. When you tell me, then we'll both know, because I have no idea if I am or not. I'm questioning whether I'm okay with Beckel now or not, because Beckel was really enjoying that hangout with Will today, wasn't he? He was enjoying the shit out of that, wasn't he? And he's supposedly a Christian? Supposedly a Christian, right? How have I been doing with all of this? Well, with all of what? Because there's been a lot of shit happening, good and bad, so you might want to flesh that out a little bit, clarify your statement a little bit.
All right, we're in like warp drive Vaughn. Do you guys want me to slow it down now that it's been sped up?
Who is Stinky? Stinky is a stupid name given to me, and it has absolutely no bearing on the truth, by the way. But yeah, obviously, all the election and COVID and shit. Oh, well, I can tell you, my videos speak for themselves. If you haven't been to BitChute, I am real VONHELTON at BitChute, and you can go watch my videos there, but I can tell you, as far as my personal opinion on COVID, is COVID a real thing? Yes. Was it created in a lab? Also, yes. Was it non-lethal when it was first created? Yes. However, it has morphed into something that is dangerous. It is nowhere near the level of dangerous that the normal flu is every year. The normal flu, folks, kills hundreds of thousands of people every day, almost millions, hundreds of thousands of people every year, okay? Hundreds of thousands of people die from regular flu, everyday flu that we get all the time, okay? COVID, by contrast, only kills about a third of that, if even a fifth of that.
It's actually like 5 times, or no, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to get into a whole COVID thing, but I mean, this shows how horrendously disconnected from the real world that he is. Like, he has no... It was funny, because I remember, and I brought this up before, when he was making one of his COVID videos. At the time, I believe, the United States had just crossed like 90,000 deaths. And in his video that he made, he's claiming there was only like 1,000 reported deaths. Like, this wasn't Vaughn just, I don't believe the numbers, making that argument and saying that there's only like 1,000 real deaths. He was saying there was only 1,000 reported deaths. So he had absolutely no fucking clue. So I know this is really fast, but what the hell? I mean, he's boring. And I think that if Quasi can correct me if I'm wrong, but it probably evens out at some point. I think he might slow it down again when he catches up to the live stream. So we'll just keep going.
But yeah, we're all running around like chickens with our heads cut off? No. Of course, when Trump gets whatever cured him, because he is cured. I mean, Trump's own doctor said he was cured. Okay, so Trump is cured. So whatever the fuck Trump took, that's what I want, because I want to be cured too. I don't want none of this shit that I got to take every fucking year. I want a cure. I want to be cured of it, right? And I'm sure everybody in the fucking room does. Anybody with a brain, anyway. Why take something every year when you can get a fucking cure and be done with it, right? But anyways, yeah. As far as as far as, no, the puppies are all dead but two. Have I called a winner for the election? Okay, anything spiritual? No, I have not gotten an official spiritual response from the God.
All right, so that kind of slid in. All right, I hope you guys caught that. He had 6 puppies. Remember, we're making kind of jokes about the puppies. They're all dead but 2. I know this was a topic of this was a hot topic that was being discussed amongst the trolls, haters, naysayers. Yeah, it does slow down. So whatever, we'll write it out. But yeah. So those puppies he had running around are all dead. His puppies fail to thrive. His beard fails to thrive. The kids fail to thrive. They recognize that he's not competent enough or trustworthy enough to look after his own mother. Yet they give his kids back 11 times. That blows my mind. But anyways, it's the way it works, folks.
The creator gods on this. However, the gods have told me that this is their country. They established it. And that they established it on religious freedom. And that includes you, that includes me, that includes everyone. Not just Christians. Although it is true that Christians initially founded it. And that pagans snuck their way in there later on. But that's okay. But, but yeah, this country was founded by the gods. It was based on religious freedom. Period. Full stop. All right. And it's their country. And they're going to protect it. They're going to avenge it. Now remember, George Washington's prophecy. What did it say? George Washington said he had all these beings of light come out of the sky. They didn't fight for us. But what they did was they gave us strength, they gave us knowledge, they gave us the ability to fight for ourselves. And then that's when we rose back up and we pushed all the enemy out of our country. Okay. All right. And then this being of light, angel, he called him. I'm doing it live, honey. I'm doing it live, honey. Besides, ain't you supposed to be in bed? It's after 9 o'clock. It's after 9 o'clock. Go to bed. Go to bed, sweetheart. You glad to be home? Yeah. Tell him.
Okay, I don't like this. I don't like it with the kid.
Why? That's why it pissed me off when they tried to say that, lights, the kids have lights in their hair and it came from your house. I said, hell it did. I can't stand a bug. Ain't no bugs in my house. No fucking way. I'll never have bugs in my house, man. No way. Katrina was the year of the first child, 2005. Okay, well, whatever. It was a long ass time ago, right? Well, they're bringing old food. All right. See, down here, they put this old food out on pallets, and then they have people come and take the food. Now, at the time they put it out on the pallets, it probably has, if you're lucky, it might have a day or two left on the expiration date. So it's technically not old food yet. All right. But you got to eat it like that fucking day, because it's going to expire the next day, right? Because that's why they're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of it because it's going to expire. So they put it out on all these pallets, and then people come and take the food. And quite frankly, I don't trust it because it's old. And so, but they gather up this food and they give it to mom. And like I said, the food is packaged in cardboard boxes. Well, guess what? Roaches are hiding in the cardboard boxes. Okay. And so it's real easy for mom to get roach infestation because they keep bringing these cardboard boxes full of, I can't say rotten food, but I can say old food. I can't say that. It's old food, man. Do you think I want a housekeeper? I don't have a housekeeper because I want one. I have a housekeeper because I got assholes constantly calling CPS saying my house is dirty, and CPS thinks it's lawful to take my kids over a dirty house. That's why I have a housekeeper. I don't have one because I'm being braggadocious. I have one because I have no choice. You understand the difference? I wished I didn't have to have a housekeeper. Now, once I start throwing these fucks in jail, and they scatter like cockroaches, speaking of cockroaches, and they scatter like cockroaches, then I might not have to have a housekeeper. Oh, you're chronically ill? Yeah, well, I got bum feet and legs, so welcome to the party. Your family never had their weapons taken away during Katrina. Well, you're very lucky because I can show you actual video. I can show you video of an elderly woman that they went in and accosted and took her weapons away. I can show you that shit. No, they're fucking not abused and neglected. Holy shit. Who's going to jail first? That's a damn good question.
Night Sparrow, I hope that I know you've been around these parts long. You know this VONHELTON story as good as anyone. But I'm just saying, did you see the Frost interview when they talked about when the technician would not come out and fix the panning for like the air conditioning, the vent system in the trailer? It had collapsed and it was full of fucking shit. The kids shit in the heat vents. So fucking much. It was fucking caked full of fucking feces. Can't script this shit, folks.
And it really is a difficult one for me. Because you got the people in Europe bragging that they can't be touched because they're across the pond. But see, the UK has this thing called anti-trolling laws. Now, while it's true that law is primarily for the UK, I wonder if it'll work here in the United States. I don't know. But see, maybe I don't have to extradite them here to the US because if I try them in the UK, I can get them on the anti-trolling law. That gets my foot in the door. And then once I get my foot in the door, then I can show them where they helped abuse my wife, helped abuse my mother, helped abuse my children by calling CPS and all this bullshit that they've caused. So it might actually be better to have someone there in the UK stand in for me in court and just sue them right there in the UK because the UK has those anti-trolling laws. Hello, Sandy. No, what I do, especially because of COVID, what I do is I'll either I'll either do a FaceTime, video conferencing, or I might be able to get somebody to stand in the court in my place. All right, I will have somebody representing me physically in the courtroom if I cannot be there physically due to COVID. Because with COVID out there, they're going to restrict travel. I would imagine. I would imagine travel would be very restrictive. Am I coming back to YouTube? No, this will be gone after I'm done. I can't leave this up anyway. If I leave this up, I'll have 50 people flagging the fuck out of it, and I'll lose my channel. I'm not stupid. So I either have to put this on private or I'll have to delete it. But I don't give a fuck either way, really. I just don't. Well, how can they lose? I mean, the fuckers are on YouTube saying, fuck yeah, we did it. Yeah, fuck yeah, we called CPS. Fuck yeah, we drove Andrew insane. Fuck yeah, we got his kids took away. Fuck yeah, we got him fired from his job. Fuck yeah, we destroyed his finances. I mean, they're all admitting it on the internet. Whatever attorney I have can't possibly fucking lose the case. There's no way, because they're on the internet admitting to all of it, right? Yeah, they could be flagging it right now, but they got to have a reason to flag it, and I ain't giving nobody a reason to flag it yet, so. Well, what they've done, they took a bunch of old videos that I no longer have access to because I either had a hard drive crash or, that they got deleted by YouTube themselves. And they've got the original copies to a lot of them, a lot of my older material. Where are the diecast cards? I had to take them down. Remember, Congress passed that new law about kitty safety and shit? I didn't want all my videos flagged because of that shit. What was that, COPA? I think they called it. See, all the trolls would have to flag all my videos for COPA, and my channel would be gone. Mm-hmm. That's why I had to get rid of all my videos. Mm-hmm. Now, am I guilty of COPA? No, of course not. But
just saying.
Does a fucking bot on YouTube give a fuck whether I'm right or not? No. Bots don't give a fuck whether I'm right or not. They don't. A bot sees people flagging a video, and if enough people flag that video, the bot will take the video down and give me a strike. This is why you never let bots in charge of a fucking website. But that's exactly what YouTube did. They left their bots in charge. You realize that anything I make with my hands comes with an automatic copyright, right? You never heard of that before? If you haven't, you might want to Google it. If I create something that is unique unto me, it comes with an automatic copyright. I don't need to file forms. Now, I am going to file forms as far as having it trademarked, which I have yet to do, and I need to get on that, actually. But as far as copyright, it comes with its own copyright when I create it. Intellectual property always comes with an automatic copyright. Feel free to Google that. Yeah, actually it does. Like I said, Google it. No, I did not fail. The only failure here is you. No, you don't have to file legal copyright. Do I have to Google it for you? Or are you 2 years old and I have to hold your fucking hand? Am I angry at Will? I didn't know they were having a stream. It's not fair use if you're using it to disparage someone. Anything you use for harassment, folks, is not fair use. Fair use does not give you a license to harass people. No, it does not. And some of you are going to find that out in court. Oh, yes, you are. Now, Lo, speaking of Lo and Will, Lo was on there saying that what that asshole was saying in the live show was not slander, libel, or harassment. That's total bullshit. Of course it is. His opinion is fine, if that's all it is. But I can show where this has caused me real harm in the real world. That's not fair use or free speech at that point. It's a crime. Okay? When you are causing people harm in the real world, that is not free speech or fair use. It is a crime. And it is actionable in a court of law. And she can sit there and claim whatever the fuck she wants. I don't care. And as all you know, she is a hardcore liberal anyway. So she's gonna defend domestic terrorists till the cows come home. That's what liberals do. Liberals always defend terrorists. I don't know why they do that. Why the fuck do liberals do that shit? Anybody know? I'd love to get the answer to that one. But they do, consistently. Consistently, liberals have always sided with fucking terrorists, and I don't know why that is. Maybe somebody can give me an answer. Anybody got the answer to that shit? Thoughts on White Castle? White Castle, the burgers? The only thing that matters as far as the Kelly video is the fact that Blog TV cleared my name. That's the only thing that fucking matters. If I had been guilty, do you think Blog TV would have defended me? Fuck no, they wouldn't. In fact, if I had really been guilty of what the fucking anonymous...
Now, there's a couple things. I think anyone that's been around a minute knows it, but just a total disclaimer. Blog TV did not, quote, clear his name, nor did they defend him. What they're referring to is a YouTube video that someone who had good intentions forwarded, jumped the gun, and, it was done up with, it was a troll video, and they looked at just that video, and they were just like, oh, it's a troll video. And to this day, that's what his big defense to the Kelly has been. I'm just saying. And he says something else that's not true coming up, I'm pretty sure, here too.
Dicks were saying, Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous Dick, if I had actually been guilty of what they were claiming, Blog TV would have reported me to the police, dumbasses. Yes, of course they would.
I happen to know for a fact that those chat logs were reported to Crime Stoppers and other agencies, and the problem was because in Kentucky at least, and probably many other states, if you're not a member or working with law enforcement, it's not admissible. They can't use it, right? It has to be a sting conducted by actual law enforcement. So fortunately there wasn't, they always use this like a defense, like it wasn't actually a 13-year-old, so it doesn't count. Well, thank goodness it wasn't an actual 13-year-old. It was someone posing as a 15-year-old passing photos. But it still shows your intent that you thought it was a 15-year-old giving you pictures of a 13-year-old. I mean, none of that changes at all. Just throwing that out there.
Do I look like I'm in fucking jail? All right. So was I guilty of anything? No. And Blog TV said so.
They actually never said that at all.
In fact, Blog TV went out of their way to say so. And here's the fun part. Blog TV didn't even like me. They did not like me at all. And yet Blog TV came to my defense. Imagine that. Isn't that amazing?
Not quite accurate.
Indigo Butterfly. If you are...
Oh yeah, speaking of dox droppers, apparently Maya, the chick who wouldn't shut her fucking yap on the Shanny Hangout, and see you guys talking about it in the chat. Yeah, she's trying to be violent. I don't know what she's crazy as fuck, so I don't know what her shtick is. If she's just trying to friend troll Vaughn, that's some people's angle. They pretend they're their buddy for a while, then fucking drop a bomb on them. Or she's just fucked up. I mean, either way. Apparently she's running around claiming she's got docs, so who the fuck cares? That's all I'm saying. Just for reference. That's all I'm saying.
Are genuinely sincere, then I accept it. All right, quit coming in here with my fucking name. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, you come in here with my fucking sigil. Don't be surprised if weird shit starts happening. Imagine that. Don't be surprised. Not supposed to be using my shit, man. I have proof you were hacked and have much more evidence than I can disclose. All right, well, that's fine, Indigo. I'm sure you have my email. You can always send it to me. What mods am I working on? I'm working on a Chinese AK-47. I'm working on a sniper rifle called the XM2010. I'm working on military BDUs, Army BDUs. I'm working on military berets. And let's see, what else? That's it for right now. For right now, that's it. Notice that it didn't say anything about adult mods. Isn't it amazing how that shit works? Not one adult mod. Isn't that amazing?
It's actually scary. The things he doesn't talk about are scarier. And just for the record, I don't believe for a second that he actually makes any real mods. That's not the accusation. He was caught downloading mods of horse vaginas, dog gang rapes, etc. I'm just throwing that out there.
Pardon me. Hey, Earl. Long time no talk. Well, as you can see, the trolls are still in existence 15 fucking years later. 15 fucking... Can you believe that, Earl? 15 fucking years, dude. 15 years, man. Isn't that something? And they're still at it, buddy. Talk about dedication. Holy fuck, man. That's some dedication right there. That's longer than some fucking marriages. That's longer than some marriages. That's some serious fucking dedication. Right? Yeah. And I keep getting the kids back. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because I never done anything wrong in the first place? Duh, I'm an idiot. If I really was abusing these kids, I would never get them back, you dumbass. The reason they keep getting taken is because you fucks keep calling CPS out to my goddamn house. That's why they keep getting taken. Not because I've done anything wrong.
I don't think anyone from the internet has actually contacted, to my knowledge, CPS in like a decade almost. At least 6, 7, 8 years. Right? Like all that shit I was showing you with Loves to Dance and all. And by the way, I'm not condemning the people that did. I mean, did some people do it maybe because they don't like Von Helton? Maybe. But I mean, if you witness, like, let's just say, if you saw someone on YouTube neglecting their dog, right? And a dog suffering and people actually phoned, would you hold it against them? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Right? Like, it doesn't mean that they're false allegations just because Von Helton doesn't agree with them. Von Helton was formally charged by the state for neglect of his children. Like, that is on the record. And even by his own admission, this last time was the school. Just so everyone's on the same page.
Black Gray, you understand that any source can still put out a modicum of truth, right? I'm not going to speak on what kind of power anything has, especially my sigil. No, I'm not Olympus Mons. No, I'm not. I don't do that. Besides, I haven't gotten the go-ahead anyway. God help you if the gods ever speak to me and tell me that I am unchained. Because if they ever do that, then things get real interesting. But no, the gods have prohibited me from doing anything at the moment. Anything offensive. I can do all the defensive shit I want. I just can't do anything offensive. I try to be. No, Washington did not own slaves. Washington had indentured servants. If Washington owned slaves, they would have been slaves up until the time Abraham Lincoln freed them. Was Washington's slaves still slaves up to the time Abraham Lincoln freed them? No. They were freed at Washington's death. Okay, so were they slaves? No, they were indentured servants. And at Washington's death, their debt to society had been paid. Okay, Indigo Butterfly, like I said, if you have my email, just email me the information you have. You don't need to go into any lengthy detail. Just email me the information you have, and I will get it into the right hands. Are we facing civil war? No. No, we are not. Like I said, the gods said this is our country. We founded it. We created it. And we're not going to let a bunch of commie bastards destroy it. Those are my words. Their words were a lot more sublime. But my words is they're not going to let the commie bastards win. All right? They're just not. Now, that's not an official line from the gods, okay, mind you. That's me talking and what I'm hearing from them. But, you know, when they say that they were the ones that created this nation and that they're going to defend it and protect it, I have to assume that they're not going to let the commie bastards take it over. That's me talking, though. That's not them. Yeah, can you imagine the scandal that would have been created if Jefferson had had sex with an actual slave, a real actual slave, and not just an indentured servant? He might have actually gotten kicked out of office. Hell, he might have even got tried for treason. Because back then, slavery was legal, right? But yet, none of that shit happened, did it? Jefferson didn't have a scandal. Jefferson didn't get kicked out of office. Well, gee, Vaughn, why is that? Because she wasn't a slave. She was an indentured servant. You know, now, if you're going to make the claim that slaves and indentured servants are the same thing, oh, well, then I'm more than happy to agree. Because then we got to include the Irish, the Catholics, the Protestants, Native Americans, the Japanese during World War II, and the Chinese who built our railroads. So we're going to lump all of them motherfuckers are slaves. If you're going to say that Jefferson had slaves and Washington had slaves, and that includes everybody, including the white folk. So now you want to go there? You want to go down that road? Okay, fine, I'll go with you. Because the whites were here first, and they were enslaved before the blacks were. And the Chinese were enslaved before them. And the natives were enslaved before they were. So you want to go down this indentured servant road? I can go down that road with you. I'm more than happy because the whites were enslaved first, especially the Irish and the French. Facts. So if you want to call indentured servants slaves, hey, I can do that. We can go down that road. Oh, and did I mention that the majority of slave owners in this country were not white? How about that for a bombshell? I got a PDF from a very reliable and credible source that not only says that the majority of slave owners in America were free blacks, but it also gives me a nice long list of every one of their fucking names. Now, I've got the PDF on my hard drive. I got to find it. And when I find it, I'm going to make a video of that shit. And we're going to have a nice little open discussion about this. Because I can tell you right now, whites ain't the ones that was causing the problem. No, they were not. No, it was free blacks that were actually pushing the slavery issue. How's that for a bombshell? Oh, Bon, you're going to be full of shit. No, I'm not. Like I said, I got the PDF from a very reliable source that not only says that shit, but it gives me the list of all their names. I got all their names. Page after page after page after page of free blacks that owned black slaves here in America in the South. It was not the white folk. Now, was there a few whites that did own slaves? Yes, unfortunately. But the predominant number of slave owners were black, free blacks. Yes, they were. And like I said, I got document to prove it. And I got their names. I got their actual names. I can read them off to you as soon as I find the PDF. I'm going to do a video. I'll read their names off. We'll go through page after page after page of names, man. Oh, yes, we will. But yeah, anytime you want to claim that indentured servants are slaves, because that's what Washington, Jefferson, Madison, all the founding fathers, they had indentured servants. They didn't have slaves. But if you want to call them slaves, I can go down that road, because that means the white man was enslaved in this country before the black man was. So where's my reparations at, folks? I mean, I look white, don't I? Where's my reparations? If we're going to go down that road. If we're going to go down that road, I want my reparations, right? Of course, I'm not white. I'm native, but still.
Oh, there we go.
White. I can pass for white.
I was going to say, well, wait, doesn't he always like show the camera his red skin? Isn't his whole argument hanging on the fact that he thinks he looks like a native? An indigenous person, I should say. Isn't that his whole shtick? Again, he also thinks he looks like Frank Castle, so, I mean, he's literally a melting sundae of a man. He's a lump of mashed potato. But I digress.
I can pass for white. Yeah, that's another thing too. Why is it wrong to say the N-word, but it isn't wrong to say honky, cracker, spick, gook, or any of the other nasty racist terms? Why is that? Anybody want to tackle that one? Why is it there's only one fucking word that you can't say, but you can say all the other racist words just fine?
Yes, Amy Warren. Von Helton, one of his famous Von Helton-isms, if you will, is that he claims to be Cherokee. And not just Cherokee, but at one point he was in excess of 175% by his math. Now he has pulled that back to, I believe, about 60% or something like that, and he's offered to show pictures of ancestors that were in fact Cherokee. Yeah. He also used to claim to be a German Jew. He has direct bloodlines to Robert Frost, Vlad the Impaler, and Ted Nugent, just to name a few.
Why is that? That couldn't be bias, could it? That couldn't be reverse racism, could it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. When you single out anything by race, that is racism. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But let's see here. Lo likes to read shit off the internet, so let me get the definition. The definition of harassment. Okay. All right, and let me bring it over here. And let me share the screen, because we need to do that. Okay, I don't know if y'all can read it, because that's kind of small there. But if you can read it, read along with me. Harassment. It is a noun, and it is aggressive pressure or intimidation. Aggressive pressure or intimidation. Was I being intimidated by that person in Lowe's Hangout, in Will's Hangout? Yes. Yes, I was. Yes, I was indeed. Yes, I was indeed being intimidated. Okay, so when Lowe said it wasn't harassment, what is that? Oh, that's called a lie where I come from. Where I come from, we call that a lie. Like I said, liberals, for whatever fucked up reason, love to defend terrorists, whether it be domestic terrorists, internet terrorists, or even Muslim terrorists. They love to defend them. I don't know why. Have no clue why. I would love to know the answer for that shit, because I have no idea. I would love to know the answer. I wish some of you guys would give me the answer to that shit, because I've been wondering about that for years now. Why do liberals constantly defend terrorists? Why do they do that shit? They're doing a stream right now with G-Man and Beckel. Well, Probably because I'm doing my own stream. Could that be the reason why? Maybe that's the reason why. You reckon? You think that may be the reason why? Yes, I keep a chair across the door so that my children won't interrupt me. Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan. Look up the word manumission. Is that even a word? I ain't never heard of that word. LC, I live in a socialist democracy. You're completely misguided about how socialism works. Okay, so socialism doesn't control goods and services or businesses or any of that shit? The government doesn't control any of that shit in a socialist nation? That's all controlled by the private sector? Are you sure? Because most socialist countries I've seen, the government pretty much has the say in what goes on. Socialism is not capitalism. Communism is not capitalism. Fascism is not capitalism. Trump is a capitalist, and America is a capitalist nation. We are not a communist nation. We are not a socialist nation, although the Democrats want us to be. And we are not a fascist nation. See, in America, fascism is also to the left. Why? Because fascism is government controlled too. Socialism, communism, and fascism all believe that the government should control the vast majority of things that go on in the country. Capitalism and conservatism do not. In fact, conservatives will tell you that government should be about the size of a walnut. That's it. About the size of a walnut. Maybe a little bigger, but about the size of a walnut. Why so small? Because if you've got a federal government that is small, they can't dictate your life. They can't ruin your life or control your life. Also, a government the size of the walnut can exist on tariffs on imports without having to tax the people. Wow, what a concept that is. Do you like taxes? Do you like getting taxes? If you have a federal government the size of a walnut, you don't have to be taxed at the federal level. Isn't that great? Isn't that neat? They can exist off tariffs on imports. They don't need to tax the people. Let me tell you, the government under Washington, Adams, and Jefferson is completely different than the government we have today, I assure you. And it's a whole lot smaller. A whole lot smaller. Conservatives want a police state. No, they do not. Where in the hell did... Never mind, I know where you did. You pulled that out of your ass. No, conservatives do not want a police state. That's fascism that wants a police state. Fascism and anarchism. Fascism and anarchism typically are the ones who want a police state. Conservatives, capitalists do not want a police state. Police state inhibits the growth of small business. Okay? So capitalists aren't going to want it. And a police state is an anathema to any conservative. So no, conservatives and capitalists do not want a police state. Not by any stretch of the imagination. You're listening to leftist propaganda, dude. Stop doing that shit. It'll rot your brain. When am I going to debate Jewel again so she can destroy you again? Jewel did not destroy me. If you go over to G-Man's live show, underneath his live show, you will find links, unless G-Man removed them, you will find links that I posted which prove my point to be true. Folks, this is 2020, not 1960. In 2020, there are a ton of options available to young women besides killing the child. So why does Planned Parenthood always push killing the child? You tell me. You tell me.
So, just to be clear, if you didn't catch that, as I said, I did feature the part of the G-Man hangout last week on my Halloween special that dealt with Von Helton and G-Man talking about pedophilia and abortion. And I would probably say that the user Jules did hand Von his ass. Mostly because Vaughn is just an idiot, doesn't know what he's talking about. Like when he talks about tons of options, he literally believes that you can just drop like a fetus out of a woman into a test tube and like give it to somebody else. Like this is what we're dealing with, folks.
Evil Wilson, that is a European model. That is the European model. That is not the American model. 23 names, numbers, addresses, background checks, and help from a retired judge and 2 attorneys, my brothers. Vaughn, don't worry, I got you. Well, like I said, Indigo Butterfly for the 3rd time now. If you have my email, send it to me in an email, and I will look it over. When are you and G-Man getting married? That's kind of silly since I'm not gay. I'm not even bisexual. I'm straight hetero. So I don't get why you think that. Because I consider G-Man a friend? Is that why? What, you don't have any friends in your life? That's pretty fucking sad. I know y'all don't want me to have any friends because you keep trying to run away every friend I get. Why is that? Is that projecting on you guys' part? You don't have any friends, so you don't want me to have any? We call that projection where I come from. Is that why you keep doing that shit? Is that why you keep breaking up my hangouts and breaking up whatever friends I try to get a hold of? So, because you're jealous of the fact that I have friends and you don't? Is that what it's all about? What's it all about, Alfie? Is that what it's all about? Don't shout me down when I'm preaching good. Do I think G-Man is gay? I don't know. I ain't got no idea. I guess if I wanted to, I could find out, but I don't really give a shit, to be quite honest with you. That's none of my fucking business. See, I'm not a troll. So it's none of my fucking business what G-Man does in his private time. It's none of my goddamn business. Jerry's check from SSI. What about Jerry's check from SSI?
Here it is.
Oh, you guys are butthurt because I've got income coming in? I know you...
I'm just going to let it play, but I'm pretty sure this is where he talks about, he doesn't deny spending Jerry's money on Hot Wheels. He tries to make the argument that Jerry likes Hot Wheels, so it's okay. I'm just going to let it play.
You guys don't want me to have any income. That's why you try to get rid of the kids, and that's why you got Fat Larry to steal Mom's SSI money. Isn't that true? Come on, trolls. True confession time. That's the real reason why you worked with the Frost to get Mom's SSI money given to Larry Frost, isn't it? Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that's the fucking truth, isn't it? Because you were scared to death that if Mom had money coming in, I would have an income too. Isn't that right? Come on, it's time for true confessions. And that's why you try to get rid of the kids, because of Jerry's SSI money. Well, you know what, fuckers? I got Daddy's money now. And you can't take that away. So what are you going to do now, bitches? You going to whine some more? You going to call CPS some more? You going to call Fat Larry and Jimbo some more? Ain't going to do you no good. Ain't going to do you a damn bit of good. Here's my opinion of you. Imagine that. Oh, and by the way, let's be clear. Will and Lo are saying that I don't have a case, Indigo. Isn't that what they said in their live? Yeah, they said I ain't got no case. Will says he's got an attorney that he talked to that said that I ain't got no fucking case. But see, here's the problem. The problem with that is that attorneys don't take internet cases. They don't. The vast majority of attorneys will not take an internet-related case. And this website put out by the FBI called IC3, which is supposed to take your internet trouble and, you know, they're supposed to help you with your bullshit. Total bullshit. The FBI doesn't do anything about the internet either, except sit on their ass. They don't do anything to stop real internet problems. But well, let me take that back. If you was like, say, a Wilbur Ross or a George Soros or you know, Clarence Thomas, somebody famous or somebody with a shit ton of money, and you put a complaint on the IC3, the FBI would get involved in. But if you're a layperson like me, just a normal Joe like me, and you go and put a case on the IC3 for the FBI to investigate, they're not going to do shit. I got lucky. I got damn lucky with the FBI because when I was making the claim that the Muslim Brotherhood wanted to take over the United States, there for a long time, the FBI didn't want to do shit. You know how I got the FBI to actually look at my stuff? I contacted my congressman, and then finally the FBI looked at my shit, and you know what they found out? Oh, the Muslim Brotherhood really was trying to take over America. They really were. I was right. I was absolutely right. Oh, and that's something you can't take away from me, trolls. I bet that really chaps your ass, doesn't it? Huh? You can't take that away from me? Doesn't that make you angry? Of course it does. Of course it does. It makes you angry because I'm always right. And it makes you angry that I stopped Islam from taking over the United States, doesn't it? Because let's face it, trolls and haters, at deep at heart, you're fucking evil, aren't you? You really are. It's true. Come on, let's have true confession, guys. Come on. True confession. At your core, you are genuinely evil, are you not? Yeah. Fuck yeah. Try to get a man's kids taken away, drive his wife insane, destroy his marriage, try to get him killed on numerous occasions. So what are you going to tell me, that you aren't evil? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to believe that. Sorry. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe it. What sane, rational person goes after someone they do not know and that's never done anything to them to literally destroy their life? Nobody that's decent. Decent people don't do that. Normal people don't do that. Deviants and evil people are people that do that. Normal people don't do that. So, are you evil? Fuck yeah, you are. Absolutely you are. And many of you are probably following divining spirits, evil spirits, demons, whatever, however you wish to label them. Some would say multiverse creatures that can go between different realities and shit. Well, I know I'm right on this matter because I've lived it, right? That's another thing that really cracked me up about Lo. Lo was sitting there trying to tell me about my life and my experience with CPS. I don't want to live this shit. I'm the one that lived it. I think I know what I'm talking about. You know, it would be different if I was trying to talk about lipstick, okay? I'm not going to know shit about lipstick. But I'm going to get on the internet and say, yeah, man, by God, this shade of fucking Maybelline is the shit, man. It is the #1 primo fucking lipstick on the planet bar fucking none. And then somebody that really knows about lipstick comes along and says, Maybelline sucks, and they're probably not even in business anymore. What the fuck are you talking about, old man? Okay? Right? Maybelline, why can't it be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You've been doing them evil things you used to do. Anybody remember Chuck Berry? Fuck no, you don't. You're too goddamn young. So fuck you all. Anyway, so yeah, that would be like me getting on here saying that I know everything there is to know about fucking lipstick. All right? When I don't know shit about lipstick. But yet you got an expert that lived it or that knows it or that has sold it or whatever that really does know about lipstick. But I'm going to sit there and argue with them over it? Really? Because that's what Lo was doing with me. She was arguing with me about things that I personally have experienced. That goes back to the video that I made over on BitChute, where it is the height of narcissism to say you know more about my life than I do. That is damn near the textbook definition of narcissism. Damn near. I mean, what is a narcissist? A narcissist is somebody that's full of themselves. A narcissist is somebody that thinks they know more than anybody else, right? Yeah. All right. So when somebody gets on the internet and claims to know more about my fucking private life than I do, that is a narcissist by definition. Lo, who is Lo? Well, the jury's still out. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it a man trapped in a woman's body? Is it a woman trapped in a man's body? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? I really don't care either way, to be honest with you. Can you practice occultism and be right-hand path? All the word occult means is hidden knowledge. That's all the word occult means. It's not scary. See, people have taken that word occult and tried to make it into a scary word. It's not. All the word occult means is hidden knowledge. That's all it means. See, when you find out what words really mean, they're not quite as scary as the people have made them out to be, are they? No, they're not. No, they're not. But see, that's what people do, you know. Jerry's check is a legitimate check because Jerry is permanently disabled. Jerry will never be normal like you and me, ever. And that's a shame, but that's just the way it is. In big government or small government, the government would always figure out a way to help those that are disabled. That's never going to change. Jesus said in the Bible, the poor you have with you always. And he told the truth about that. You're never going to get rid of the poor. You're never going to get rid of disabled people. There's always going to be poor people and disabled people. And the government will take care of them somehow, some way. Whether it be a big, humongous, monolithic government like we got now, or whether it's the size of a walnut like the Founding Fathers intended.
So VONHELTON confirmed is a socialist. Just throwing that out there.
Doesn't matter. There's people are going to be took care of, okay? They just are. I was spending Jerry's check on Hot Wheels. Yeah, it couldn't be that Jerry loves playing with Hot Wheels. It couldn't be that, right? It couldn't possibly be the fact that
there it
Jerry
is, folks.
was the one that suggested the damn Hot Wheels in the first place. Oh.
So you're living on a limited fixed income. You have actually no income. It's welfare money, let's just be honest. And you let your autistic child make the decision to spend that money on Hot Wheels cars. Yeah, it sounds legit. Sounds about right.
Oh. Wow, yeah. That kind of blows a hole right through your theory, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. No, it was Jerry that came up with the idea for the Hot Wheels in the first place. That was Jerry's idea, not mine. See, that's the problem with you trolls and haters. You jump the gun. A lot. You need to stop doing that shit. You really do. My brain is the size of a walnut. Okay. Do I have a cat? No, I do not have a cat. I need one. It would be nice to have one. Most magic users have a familiar, but I do not have one. However, I do have a totem. And as a Trump supporter, I have a Hulk, too. I have a Hulk.
And you forgot about the dogs that you're not caring for? Where you've already killed 4 of them?
Those of us that are Trump supporters, we have a Hulk. Did you know that? It's true. We have a Hulk. Absolutely true. It's working.
By the way, I am not eating Schwans. I was eating these Doritos, and they're a little tangy. I gotta say, my mouth is, yeah.
I saw the video just yesterday. You have a Hulk. Do you own a horse? No, I do not. Do I have an Asian girlfriend? Yes, I certainly do. Yes, I certainly do. I have an Asian girlfriend. Her name is Ivanka. Ivanka is not an Asian name. It's a Russian name. You really need to do some research here, buddy. Well, Finding Krista, you know what? You raise your kid however the fuck you want, and I'll raise mine however the fuck I want. But if my kid wants something, and I can afford to get it for him, I'm going to do it. If you don't want your kids to have anything enjoyable, that's on you. That's not on me. I'm going to raise my kid how I see fit. The government can go fuck off. The government does not have the right to tell me how to raise my children. And neither do you, or anybody else in this chat for that matter. I am the parent. I dictate how my kids are raised. And my kids are going to be raised to be vehemently anti-communist. They're going to be raised to be conservative. They're going to be raised to be pro-America. And if you don't like that, there's the fucking door. In it. Can I get an amen, somebody?
They're going to be anti-communist. Yet he's moving an Asian diplomat into a single wide where he and his children will have diplomatic immunity. He does say this. Folks, there's a lot of this video to go. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get through it tonight, but we'll watch a little more. There's gold. It's gold.
Lucifer, I do not live on government. My God, don't you guys don't even fucking listen to what I say, do you? What part of I have my daddy's money do you not understand? Now, granted, my dad's money is finite. It can run out. But for right now, I'm doing okay. I don't need any type of government assistance. And wait till the gods let me win the lottery and Publishers Clearinghouse. I can't wait to see y'all's fucking tears when I win that shit. That's going to be hilarious. That's going to be hilarious. Bond ain't going to win it. We'll use some black magic. Your black magic ain't going to work. Sorry, because the gods have willed it. And if the gods will it, it'll happen. Sorry. My kids get straight A's, man. Can any of y'all say the same thing? Can you? I mean, I've got the fucking awards to prove it. My kids get straight A's. I can prove that shit. I've got the report cards. In fact, the only time my kids' grades suffer is when CPS goes to the school and yanks them out of class. That's the only time my kids ever suffer in school. The only time. Isn't that amazing how that works? Ain't that amazing how that works? And when my diplomat girlfriend gets here with her diplomatic immunity, won't that be fun? That'll be a lot of fun, won't it? Because then nobody can do shit. Can't come on the property even. Can't even come on the property. And by law, she's allowed to have 5 Vietnamese National Army as her personal bodyguards if she so chooses. Ain't that neat? I could just imagine the look on their faces when they come here to try to steal my kids and they got the fucking Vietnamese Red Army right there pointing guns at them saying, no, you're not going to steal these kids.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Huh. So he's going to raise his children to be anti-communist, but he's going to have the Red Army defending them. Huh.
Won't that be fun?
His trailer will be an embassy, apparently.
That'll be interesting as fuck, won't it? But it's true. As a diplomat, she's allowed up to 5 bodyguards. Fact. Not my opinion. That's a fact. In fact, not only that, but I can actually declare this land a consulate. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to declare the land a consulate? What it means is that temporarily, it's not a permanent thing, but temporarily, this land would be Vietnamese soil for the purposes of her being a diplomat. Literally. So if somebody comes on my property, they would literally be stepping onto Vietnamese soil. Isn't that neat? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing how that shit works? Now you say, oh, Bond, she ain't no diplomat. You're lying out your ass. No, they actually have special clothing. And let me see if I can remember what she called it. She called it Wasu clothing or Wapu clothing or something of that nature. It's clothing reserved for government workers and dignitaries and VIPs. And that because I talked to her one day about the clothes she was wearing. She was all dressed up and shit.
Yeah, it sounds legit. Sounds legit. Right? It refers to her as his Asian girlfriend, dressed up in special clothing that he can't remember the name of. Now, I'm not actually disputing it. I can't remember what it's called either, but there is certain uniforms in that. But, I mean, he seems so invested, right? He's like, some Asian chick I've been talking to that's been catfishing me wore a suit one day, so she's a fucking diplomat. And my fucking trailer is going to become a consulate or fucking... If anybody fucking enters my zone, the Red Army has full rights to open fire. Like, this is just... And he's with a straight face. This is why I'm thinking that... I think he's getting catfished, but he could just be making the whole thing up, too. But this is interesting, folks. The Von Helton Ladyboy Fund, link below. You know he's aching for it. If we could slap a horse vagina on a ladyboy, I think he'd be a very happy man.
And it was a very special, very unique type of clothing. I'm like, what kind of clothing is that? And she says it's Wapu or Wafu or something of that nature. It's reserved for government people and dignitaries and VIPs and that sort of thing. Does she got a dong? Don't be stupid. She's 100% female.
I'm voting yes.
Vietnamese national.
Well, this is interesting. First of all, I'm voting yes, that if this at all is even real. Yeah, we'll speed up a little bit. And we're not going to get through all this tonight, but we'll watch a bit more. But this is where it gets interesting, folks, because what would Vaughn's reaction... Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. What would Vaughn's reaction be if it turned out, if the situation turned out that his new girlfriend, his quote Asian girlfriend, had a dong? How would he react, really? I mean, we could make lowbrow jokes about the fact he doesn't have teeth and he's got boobs growing in.
I don't know what's in the cards. I have no idea. She wants to be an American, but I'm not going to let her give up that diplomatic immunity. No fucking way. Because as long as she has diplomatic immunity, y'all can't fucking send CPS out here to steal my kids no more. So she's not going to give up that diplomatic immunity. No fucking way. I told her, I said, you can be a dual citizen. Because, see, she wants to have children too. And I'm not going to let CPS take her kids either. So, yeah, she has to remain a Vietnamese citizen, a Vietnamese diplomat, actually, for the foreseeable future. But she can be a dual citizen. And I'm going to encourage her to be a dual citizen. Because, as you know, she wants to be an American, but she can't. Because of fuckwads like you guys calling CPS after my goddamn house, take my kids. I can't allow that no more. You understand? I can't allow that no more. So, no, I can't let her give up her diplomatic immunity. Because it protects me and my children from being snatched by goddamn CPS. Isn't it amazing that that the gods chose to give me real communists to stop fake communists here in America from stealing my children? Isn't it amazing how the gods work? Isn't that amazing how they work? And if you think you can still steal my kids, no.
That's interesting.
Her diplomatic immunity extends to me and my children.
Isn't that interesting? So, like, apparently Von Helton is only against fake communism, a.k.a. liberalism, right? But real communism has come to his rescue. Huh. It's kind of like when he partnered up with the Satanists and the white nationalists. Sorry, the neo-Nazi.
Yes, it fucking does. As long as she's under my roof, they can't do shit. Not without starting in World War III. What do you think her parents is going to do if CPS comes out here and snatches these kids? Her parents is going to be on the phone to the Vietnamese government that very fucking second, saying, hey, man, they just snatched these kids. We don't know where they're at. Vietnamese government would be calling Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell and President Trump, want to know why the fuck their kids got took. Guaranteed. Because communist countries don't fuck around. Anybody with a brain knows this. They do not fuck around. Now, would it cause World War III to happen? I don't fucking know. But I know you don't fuck around with a communist country. No, you don't. So yes, my kids are going to be well protected. CPS can't lay one finger on them. Not one finger. Not without causing an international incident. And then, like I said, Rand Paul will be down here. Mitch McConnell will be down here. Trump might even fucking come down here in person. If Vietnam threatens World War III, be like, what the fuck are you doing, Clay County? Give the man his kids back before we have to go to war. You know? Indigo Butterfly. My girlfriend is the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life, and she is absolutely crazy about me, and I'm crazy about her. And obviously she is old-fashioned, so she wants children. She wants to be a wife. She wants to be a mother. Now, see, this pisses off all these trolls in the outside chat, because all these trolls in the outside chat are fucking Rockefeller and Rothschild puppets. They hate traditional family. They hate traditional women. They don't want women to be wives. They don't want women to be mothers. That's why they attacked my wife, because they were pissed off that she come up here to be a traditional wife and a traditional mother and have children and take care of the house. That pisses these fucks off. These are all liberal leftists over here. They hate traditional wives and traditional mothers. They hate them. Okay, and they attacked Andrea for wanting to do that. Because, I mean, let's face it, what was Andrea's crime? What did she do that was so horrible? She come up here and had children with me. That's it. That's all she's ever done that was so evil. Okay, so these people don't like traditional wives and mothers. They don't. These people are haters, man. No, the Asian girlfriend is not a troll. No, she is not. No, she is not. Yeah, well, you keep hoping she don't exist, because you're going to be wishing in one hand and shitting in the other, because she does exist. I never left tradition. I never left tradition. Well, Lucifer, you can keep on thinking. If you think I'm going to put her picture on here, or I'm going to give you her name, you're got another thing coming. Because I'm not going to give you her name, and I'm not going to post her picture. Sorry, fucker. I'm not going to do it. Yes, she is biologically female, yes. Sorry, Black Gray. She's not a tranny. Why is it that you fucks always gravitate towards the weird shit? Why is that, man? Why do you always gravitate towards weird shit? Why can't you accept that there are traditional men and traditional women in the world? Why can't you do that? Is there something wrong with the synapses in your brain? Is that what it is? Because that's an actual study, by the way. They've been studying the synapses of the brain, and they say that a lot of times, particularly in leftists, anarchists, insurrectionists, shit like that, they have different types of firing of the synapses in their brain. The brain doesn't quite fire like a normal person's brain does. Hey, man, just going by what they said, right? Yeah, no, she's not a tranny. Okay, Black Gray, well, I appreciate that. Am I going to give her the shanty treatment? But I don't know what a shanty treatment is, so you'll have to enlighten me. I don't know what shanty treatment is. Why is it that some men, not all, but some, why is it are attracted to women that refuse to take care of their body? Anybody want to tackle that one? Why is that? I mean, wouldn't that be kind of scary? I mean, you got a woman that refuses to take care of her own body. What happens?
Oh, this is good. This is a little shit talk session about shanty.
If you get laid up? Oh, hadn't thought about that, had you? Yeah, if she won't take care of her own body, who's to say she'll take care of your ugly ass if you end up in hospital? Good question, isn't it? I mean, shouldn't you lead by example? Shouldn't somebody be concerned about their own health first? Right? Why would people be attracted to someone that will not take care of themselves? I think that's a valid question. I think that's a legitimate question to ask. As somebody who was an orderly for 14 years and an EMT for 5, I feel I'm more than qualified to legitimize a question like that.
Speaking as someone who's literally before our eyes, right, being fucking sculpted by the years of fucking Mountain Dew and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and fucking Schwann's Instant Meals, who literally has a cup size, a man who could not maintain a set of teeth is criticizing women who can't look after themselves. Huh.
Because you have to look at your health, folks, okay? Now, I personally do believe in reincarnation. I do. But in this particular incarnation, it's still only got one. Now, you might come back if you need to finish something up. But in this particular incarnation, there is only one. And you got that path to follow. So why not take care of yourself? Right? Oh, and by the way, I lost 18 pounds. And I just made every woman in the universe mad as hell at me. But I did. No, I did. 18 pounds. Most 18 pounds.
I found it.
Have I heard a rumor that Hitler only had one testicle? Actually, no, I have not heard that rumor. But I mean, who gives a shit? Who cares? I mean, I don't like I said, what you guys come up with the craziest fucking shit, man, to talk about. What the hell? What the hell, man? And you're not sure which one is my email. My email is vonhelton@hotmail.com. With all the lies I've told, what lies have I told? Go ahead. About my wife having diplomatic immunity? Sorry, not a lie. About her diplomatic immunity protecting me and my children? Also, not a lie. About the fact that she can have up to 5 personal bodyguards being a diplomat from a foreign country? Nope, that's not a lie either. The fact that CPS cannot take my kids anymore once she gets here and is living under my roof? Nope, that's not a lie either. They can't do it. Sorry. The only way they could even come on the property if I was guilty of a major felony. Well, you know what? I don't break the law. Wow, what a concept. I don't break the law. So no, they can't even come on the property. Sorry. So please enlighten me. What did I lie about? You're just butthurt that you can't call CPS out to my house no more. That's all. Let's be honest. That's what it is. You're fucking butthurt that I'm going to have diplomatic immunity. My kids are going to have diplomatic immunity. And you can't get CPS to do your fucking bidding anymore. That's what it's really about, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Come on. Real truth here, folks. Let's get the real...
So let's play the who's to say game. Because I actually hate it when people do the whole... When someone starts a sentence, well, you know, when they start their response with, well, who's to say, you know you're going to get a whole bunch of bullshit. So we're stringing together a scenario here based on pure speculation and the word of a fucking rambling, obviously delusional Von Helton here, folks. So we're putting it in perspective, just to be fair. But who's to say that this ladyboy is real and that they're actually working on a way to get to America? And who's to say that this could not evolve into an actual money siphoning scheme. We know that Von Helton has already got access to, quote, his daddy's money, which is actually a chunk of his ma's money. And he's trying to gain control again of the finances. What if LADYBOI is going to be like siphoning money through Von out of ma's account? Where Von's like convinced it's a real chick and is like, you know, next thing you know, can you front me the money for, she'll come up with some excuse, right? For the plane ticket, and then this, and then that, and then, oh, this could potentially be something quite delicious, folks. Now, this is on the onset. This is of course, take everything with a grain of salt, because we're building it on a foundation of fucking heat vent shit, effectively, like the Von Helton story, right? That's what we're building this off of. But I'm just throwing a scenario out there, folks. And sometimes when we throw it out into the ether of the Weirdo Wonderland, weird things happen. Hilarity ensues. I don't know.
No truth out here. You're butthurt because you can't fucking use CPS as a fucking form of harassment no more. Well, you know what? Too fucking bad. Deal with it. Deal with it, man. Not my problem. Not my fucking problem. No, that doesn't explain why Hitler was evil. Eunuchs, back in the day, did not have any type of male appendages, and yet they were supposedly very placid. So, no, that has nothing to do with Hitler being evil. Sorry. Eunuchs had their tongue removed also. They had their tongue removed, and they had all their male organs removed. Look that up, by the way. Now, I'm talking about eunuchs from way, way back in perpetuity now. I'm not talking about eunuchs in, say, maybe the 1700s or something. I'm talking about the ones going way the fuck back here. Yeah, they can call CPS, but the thing of it is, CPS can't touch my kids. They can't. They would be creating what's called an international incident if they did that. They can't do it. Police can't either. See, the only thing they can do, as far as me and my girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, hopefully, and any kids we have that I have with her and my existing kids, they have to show that a felony has been made. Well, I don't break the law. Sorry. I just don't break the law. Wow, imagine that. And it has to be a felony, too, by the way. See, I've already researched this shit. I've already looked this shit up. So you can get on there and say that it ain't true until the cows come home, but I've already looked it up, man. Sorry about your luck. Well, that's correct, Underwood. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Underwood. As a Minecraft diplomat. Okay. Lucifer, I do not make pedo mods. No, I do not. And number two, they aren't against the law any damn way, so it sucks to be you. But no, I do not make pedo mods. Sorry. I repair them, or I modify them, but I do not make them.
Did he just admit to working with pedo mods? He fixes them for pedos?
Sorry about your luck. I'm not neglecting my children, though, Joel. See, that's the beauty of this whole thing. Oh, and by the way, I also contacted the governor twice over this shit, just so you know. So the governor's office is well aware of all you motherfuckers in the outside chat that's been calling CPS and using CPS as a form of harassment. They know about it now. The governor's office does.
Yeah, that's a bit of a slip. That's a bit of a slip.
Guess what else, folks? I'm going to contact the major media, and I'm going to talk to the major media about it. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Timestamp that fuck.
Oh, yes, I am. See, there's a certain matter of $6.5 million of my money that is not in my possession at the moment. And that money needs to come back into my checking account, one way or the other. And I want every fucking penny of it. Every penny of it. You messaged me. Okay, let me see if you did. Let me see here. Might be in my junk folder, or I might not got it yet. You sent it to VONHELTON@hotmail.com, right?
That's right. It's my money. I want it now, damn it. My fucking money. It don't belong to the Frost. It belongs to me.
Just like Kelly.
Well, I don't see anything. Let me see here. I don't, not seeing anybody's personal email. Not yet, anyway. Doop. But yeah, y'all are just butthurt that you ain't going to be able to use CPS as a form of harassment no more. Let's get it right. Let's get it right, folks. Yeah, I don't see, if you send me an email at VONHELTON at hotmail.com, I don't see it. I'm not seeing it, people. People helping people. I don't see it, man. Nope. Got a notice from Facebook, but not anything else. I'm looking at my junk folder. Ain't in my junk folder either. There is no email. Sorry. Maybe I just ain't got it yet. Maybe I just ain't got it yet. Well, Black Gray, there's things that are out there right now that are being dealt with, let's just say. There's things being took care of. And, you know, but yeah, let them do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. Most superheroes have their teeth. Well, they might have their teeth, Nino Brown, but there's a lot of times heroes are decapitated or incapacitated in some way. I started to say decapitated, holy shit. They're incapacitated in some way. Doctor Strange had bad hands. Spider-Man was unsure of himself. Let's see. Thor was unsure of himself. I think your Captain America was nothing but 100 pounds soaking wet with rocks in his pockets. Natasha Romanoff was victimized by her government. Thinking something else. But yeah, I mean, you know, all heroes have something that caused them to be the way they are. You sent the FB message to me. Okay. Well, unless your name is Richard. My email isn't working. My email works just fine. I'm sitting here looking at my fucking email. It works just fine. Let me try this again. I'll give it to you this time. Maybe you're misspelling it. There you go. Now, put it in there just like I've got it. Copy and paste that shit into your email. All right? Just like I could just copy and paste it, okay? Don't try to type it out. Just copy and paste it into your email.
Maybe it's hydrococaine.
Your name is Vanessa, okay? I ain't got none from nobody named Vanessa. Sorry. Ain't nobody named Vanessa. Unless you went to, now, if you went to my Facebook and left me a message on Facebook, that's a whole different ballgame. No, the property is not part of the 6.5. No, it is not. The property itself is worth several $1 million. Sure enough is. Sure enough. The property itself is worth several $1 million. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Like I said, I am a very, very rich man. It's just a matter of getting the Frost to give it back to me. Because they have no right to it. They have no right to it. That money belongs to me. This property belongs to me. It does not belong to the Frost. See, Jim Frost got on Facebook and made the claim that because my mother's maiden name is Frost, that he's entitled to all this land and all this property and mom's money and all that shit. That he's entitled to it. No, he's not. First of all, he's not blood. Second of all, he's not close family. And he sure as hell ain't immediate family. He's if he's a relative at all, he is way out there in the distance somewhere. He is not close family. He is not blood. Period. So is he and Larry Frost entitled to anything? No. They're not entitled to a damn thing. Not a damn thing. No, I'm not worried about that, Black Gray. Ain't got to pay no 30K back, Richard Head. Stop listening to the Frost or the Trolls or wherever the fuck you got that from. Ain't got to pay back no 30 grand. They owe me 6.5 million. Why would I have to pay back 30 grand if they owe me 6.5 million? That doesn't make any damn sense. All right. Ah. Yes, Larry Frost has a criminal record. Yes, he does. That is a fact. That is not opinion. That is a fact. In fact, when I confronted Larry Frost, he said he would happily go back to prison again. He did. I swear to God. He actually said that shit. Said he'd be happy to go back to prison again. Don't know why. I wouldn't want to go to prison to begin with, let alone go back again. The fuck, man. What did Larry do? I think it was aggravated assault, but don't quote me on it. I believe it was aggravated assault. It sure wasn't stealing a Snickers bar. That's for damn sure. All right. Have I been arrested? Yes. But there wasn't no, I wasn't guilty of anything.
Uh-huh. Guilty of not paying child support. Hell cell, folks. Hell cell.
Wait a minute. What is Butterfly doing? What's Butterfly doing? I'm missing it. What did Butterfly do? Yes, Butterfly. Okay, well, like I said, Butterfly, if you can get your email to work, that would be nice. Butterfly sent me a troll email. Butterfly is trolling me? Okay. I have information on all the haters and I'm sending it now. Okay. Who's Tyler? Anybody named Tyler? Anybody named Tyler? Anybody named Tyler in the outside chat? Anybody? Anybody want to confess? True confessions. Anybody want to confess? Let's hear it.
All right.
Let's hear it.
We're literally just listening to the mumblings of a fucking Kentucky madman at this point. We're not. But folks, we're not even halfway through this hangout, so it was a good idea to bring it out. I think because it's not rage, but there's lots of there's gold in here, folks. There's gold. There's more to uncover. So you know what? Let's continue with it next stream. Let's do something like that. Let's get together. Same bat channel, same bat time, and we'll enjoy it together. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. If you haven't thumbs up the video, I sure would appreciate it. It'd be swell. And all that good YouTube shit. But anyways, thanks for watching tonight, folks. I'm going to cap it off. We're at 3.5 hours, so yeah, we got to keep this realistic. What the hell? Yeah, genital shots. I'll bump around. I'll bump around Discord. So the link is below if you want to participate. Folks, thank you once again. Until next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.